What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing good this evening. This is October the 24th, 2025. The real reason they dislike Tyla. We're going to talk about Tyla, some of the controversies surrounding Tyla, the South African colored lady, and why there are some people, why do they really dislike her? Which a lot of you have been following me, we know why they don't like her, right? They don't like proud mixed people who are multiracial, who are mixed or biracial, and they're proud and they stand firm in their identity. They seem to not like those people. Who's they? They is the people who has been stripped of their identity. They, those are the people who have been colonized, conquered, enslaved, right? Yearning for the acceptance and respect from others. That's they. So when they see a lady like Tyla with a banging body, ultra talented, very kind-hearted. They see her who's proud in her identity. She's sure of who she is. They're offended by that. They're envious of that. They're enraged by that. So I want to talk about that on this stream. I might even do part 2, part 3. It depends. It depends within the material. If I get more material, it all really depends. We're going to talk about it. So shout out to all you guys here that are with me. Hit the like button. I appreciate you guys. I really appreciate my supporters, Val, all of you guys. You guys make all this possible. So let me start out with a video I saw over on TikTok. I'm going to share this with you guys. Check this out.
Americans or Black Americans have to be the most hateful and self-destructive diaspora of Black people in the world. Are we even surprised by the way they're treating Tyler? We shouldn't be. These people project hatred through various forms of media and self-destruction within their own communities.
What he said right there, it's like spot on. They project hatred and self-destructive nature within their own media, in their own communities. Within their own communities, they project self-hatred and destruction. So it's like, can you be surprised that those are the same people who are talking ish about Tyla? Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. I've been over here for 3 years talking about this stuff. I am not surprised. I mean, I love it when stuff like this happens because it gives me free content. This gives me material. There's an overlap because these are the same people who will run around and say race is a social construct. And there's no such thing as biracial. In the America, we have a one-drop rule. These are the same people who don't like Tyla. Okay, these are the same people who have the same anti-mulatto sentiments. So even though Tyla's not mulatta, technically, she's a colored woman. She has an identity, a culture, a group, a community she belongs to. So she's not mulatta, but the overlap is so staggering because it's the same detractors, the same haters, so to speak, who don't like her. They don't like me either. They don't like none of you. My core audience, my supporters, I should say, because I do have hate watchers, right? And creeps and just random weirdos. But like the people who are over here who support me, who hit the like button, right? Share my stuff. Like the same people who hate Tyla, they don't like you guys either because you're proud to be mulatto. You're proud to be biracial or multiracial, whatever type of classification you identify as, right? Because I have Hoppas now who are connecting with me, which is interesting. They find my material and they're motivated. It's an interesting thing. People are motivated when they see me up here talking other like multiracial. So yeah, the same people who don't like Tyla, they don't like a guy like me. So it's like this content is just so easy. It falls on my lap basically. Like we know why they dislike her, why they don't like her. We know why. They do not like confident mixed people who identify independently from them. They want you to identify with them, okay? So they can hoodwink you, bastardize you, and punk you because they want to feel a level of power because they're powerless. They've been conquered, colonized, enslaved. So they have nobody to kind of bully. They want to feel like they have some power, right? And they look at you, the multiracial or mixed person, as an easy, convenient target to gain an ego boost. If you identify with them, they feel an ego boost, right? When you don't identify with them, they look at you as a threat. Okay, that's when they stalk you, that's when they harass, they dox you, all that stuff, right?
They are currently responsible for the most murders within the African American community in the USA. In fact, African Americans are responsible for most of the murders that take place in the USA.
Yeah, 13%, but it's like what, 40%? Yeah. Yeah, they're responsible. I mean, they glorify it, listen to their music. No, listens to their music. And then they're trying to propose to Tyla, well, you got to come to us and you got to beg us to identify with you, and you listen to the destructive nature of their music, right? Which I like a lot. Obviously, a lot of their music is part of my culture, I will admit. I mean, I can't lie. I mean, it's not, I'm not never hiding it from anybody. It is what it is, but I can critique them. That's what they don't like about a guy like me, right? Because I know more about them than they know about me. Same with the Anglos. I know more about them than they know about me, and that's what irritates them. And they work together. The North American Bantu, the African American, FBA, they work in conjunction with the Anglo Americans to neutralize the mulatto class. They both work together, and they're both upset because us conscious mulattoes who identify as mulatto, we know more about them. We can navigate within their circles, their communities, their spaces better than them. And we rise to the top. This is why we're their political leaders. United States, Wales, United Kingdom, doesn't matter. Jamaica, the Caribbean, all around the planet, even in Africa, in Europe, it doesn't matter. The mulatto class always prevails and rises to the top of all of their sectors, every industry, the military, technology, medicine, politics, entertainment. We know them better than they know us. We've been studying them. They don't want you guys to have a voice. Too bad. We're here now.
Currently, we should not be surprised by these people and their attitude towards Tyler. The way Tyler is so proudly African, it irritates the spirit of Black Americans. It irritates the fundamental makeup of their being.
That's it. Yeah, because she's so proud to be colored and South African. Very beautiful woman, a young woman. She's 23 years old. She's, like she has a very promising career. They hate the fact that she's proud to be from Johannesburg, a colored in South Africa. She's from Johannesburg, I believe, because one of her songs, a lot of the blacks in America, they're crying about a lyric she said in one of her songs about being from Johannesburg, right? And like they hate the fact that she's confident. She's proud of her heritage, her family, like she's proud of her nation, South African. Like, man, you got people who hate on this woman. And I'm not even like a really big Tyla fan like that. I am now because I see these haters. Whenever I see the conquered former slaves of the United States, FBA, at ADOS, whenever I see them hate a particular artist like a Drake or something like that, now I know, okay, I got to support that person. There's a reason why they hate that mixed person. They hate mixed people, mulattoes, biracials who are proud of who they are. They like the ones who are punked, who acquiesce, right? Docile. So when this whole situation with Tyla, I was never really a big Tyla fan. I liked her. I heard of her. She has a song Water. She won a Grammy. Shout out to her. But when I saw these FBAs hating on her, I'm like, okay, now I got to support and endorse her. I know why they don't like her. They don't like proud mixed people. They want to humble you, punk you, and bastardize you to serve them. They want to feel a sense of power. They feel powerless in the society. They want to feel a sense of power. So they need mixed people. We're basically their supply. We're their supply for this energy vampires. We're their supply to give them confidence, to make them feel like there's something out here. Because they would never try this shit with any other group. Everyone else laughs at them, kicks them out, hurry up and buy, tells them, get the hell out of here, Yeah, we'll call you back. We're not hiring right now, but we'll give you a call, right? They do that to nobody else will tolerate Their foolishness. They only try this with people who are mixed and have black ancestry or African ancestry, right? Nobody else even like entertains these people, right? So I already knew right away, like if they hating on Tyla, I gotta support her. Why not? I mean, this is the best opportunity. They don't like mulattoes who are proud. They only like the mulattoes who are stoic, like a J. Cole or even they punked Miss Mulata. They told her to change her name, and then Miss Mulata is kind of selling degeneracy, with her music and stuff like that. And but her market is black, so that those are like the safe kind of mulattoes, we could say, right? The safe ones who acquiesce and have a black audience. Those are the safe ones. The mulattoes who stand firm, even mixed people like in Tyla's, case, who stand firm in their identity. They're proud. They like their heritage, right? Those are the ones they're threatened by. It irks their soul. And that's what this guy right here is talking about.
Because in Tyler's presence, they begin to question their own heritage and where they come from, where their language comes from. The only language they know is English.
The only language they know is English. They don't know where the hell they come from. They don't know their tribe. I mean, some of these people are so demented. They're trying to claim like 2% indigenous. They're trying to pretend like their great grandfather was listed as mulatto. So that makes them like an heir to the land or something. They're really running with this whole indigenous thing. And that's what they're trying to act like they got some 8% European DNA and 1% indigenous, that makes them like a real African American or like FBA. Like they're not, like you're 90 or even 80% African. You are 80% African. You are more connected to those people on that continent than anybody else on the planet. But because they're conquered slaves, they hate themselves. So they'll latch on to some like 8% or even 18%. I did a Patreon video, some lady calling herself an ebony ebony mulatto. She's got like 18% like European. Like she's mostly black, But that's the thing, you run into these people. That's the whole FBA, that like they're trying to claim this indigenous stuff. Like you're mostly black. You're more connected to the Nigerians, the West Africans, the Bantu people than anybody else, but they want to claim something else. That's that level of confusion, and they project it onto you, right? And that's the sad part. I just laugh. Like the whole thing is, you just give me content or you're going to give me money. Either way, you're going to give me something when I deal with you. It's no freebies over here.
know nothing of their native languages. They have been stripped of their roots. That's why they are so chaotic. These are the richest blacks in the world. Yet they are the most hateful, racist, and xenophobic blacks in the entire world.
Crazy. That's his words, right? He's stating that they're the most racist and xenophobic. I would agree that they're probably the most xenophobic, but there is a lot of xenophobic Africans in South Africa. Yeah. I don't know if this tattooed cat, I think it's tattooed Poppy, his Twitter or his TikTok, excuse me. Because I even know, I remember Julius Lima was talking about that. There's a lot of xenophobia that occurs with the black population in South Africa, where they're hating on Nigerians, and it happens in places like Ghana too that I've been to. Like they have their own kind of like stereotypes and assumptions of other nations, like particularly Nigeria. So yeah, the xenophobia thing is questionable. It depends who you ask, and I don't know the metrics and data for that, but like the racism stuff, yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. I've always said in the United States, the black Americans are not the most racist. Okay. What it is they get away with the racism, and they're aided and abetted by their Anglo masters. That's the big issue. That's why mulattoes, we got to come up in here and check fools and put fools on notice and let them know we see your ass. We're coming. We're not going anywhere. Because they're coddled. The Anglos pamper them, coddle them, they sponsor them. You got TV shows like, or podcasts rather, like the Breakfast Clubs. You know, you got these, and they're interviewing presidents. I talked about that with Charlemagne the Fraud. He's interviewing Joe Biden. They got these people interviewing politicians, and like they're sponsored. And this Charlemagne the Fraud publicly said he never roots for light skinned men. I'm surprised. That's why I'm saying like a biracial man is not the same as a light skinned African American. I don't give a damn what you people say. You can cry about me all you want and work with the fucking fruitcakes and hood boogers and all these other dummies. I've been doing this mulatto shit for 3 years. A biracial mulatto man is not the same as you people. If you're a light skinned African American, okay, you need to call out these dumb savages like Charlemagne the Fraud, who publicly says he never roots for you boys. The girls he's cool with, the females he's cool with them, but you dudes he never. I don't see any videos of you dudes calling his ass out. Of course not. Of course not. You're trying to be cool with the Bantu. Yeah, you need a biracial dude with some balls to give you some motherfucking courage up here. Yeah. And you're not going to come up here and punk my shit and pretend like muddy the waters like we all the same. We're not. We're not. I don't identify with you people. You don't check Charlemagne the Fraud. The Anglos are giving him a platform, paying his bills. He's running up here interviewing these presidents or presidential candidates, whatever, Joe Biden. And he's on other podcasts. He's sitting next to his massa, Andrew Schultz, talking about he never roots for the light-skinned man. I'm like, where the fuck are the light-skinned dudes at? Oh, that's right. They're too busy sucking off dark-skinned Bantus. That's right. That's right. They're too busy serving the Bantus. Yeah. We already know what's up. Yeah. So I have to lay the distinction. We're not the same. I don't identify with you people. Okay. You serve Bantus who hate you. We're not the same. I'm a biracial mulatto man. We're not the same. Bitch, try me. Come over here and try me. You guys been trying to do this whole little golden MLS shit for 3 years, trying to put us all in the same category. I've never had it, even back then. They've all hated me back then, when I barely just ran my mouth and didn't have any subscribers, no influence, nothing. They've always hated me because I've been told we're not the same. Is there overlap in certain circumstances? Of course there is. But when the issue is you people, you overstep your boundaries. You try to put us in the same box. We're not the same. Because I don't see none of you guys checking these Bantus who hate on light-skinned men. It's got to be the biracial guys who give you courage. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that something? It's interesting. Yeah, Charlemagne the Fraud. Now, what I'm saying is that the Anglos support, endorse these Bantus like Kendrick Lamar with this Not Like Us. They finance their platforms. They support them. They finance, endorse, sponsor, support the Bantu who does not like biracial and mulatto men. And what were the light-skinned guys calling the shit out? No, they're quiet as church mice. Because that's they people. That's they dark-skinned brothers and sisters. They still gotta hang out with them, show up around them in the function, because they're too coward and pussy to build their own tribe. They gotta kick it with the same fools who don't even like your ass. Sad. I don't have those problems, let me tell you.
We should not be surprised by how Black Americans or African Americans act towards other people.
Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised over here. I'm not surprised. Check this out.
It is. Here's the problem. And it's not a Zeke problem. It's not a producer problem. It's a Tyla problem. Thank you. It's her. Let me tell you why. You came to America and you're in the Breakfast Club. The nigga, you got artists that would die to talk to Charlemagne, and you looking at your people because he asked you a question you want to.
Look at right here. A room full of Bantus. And it's funny, they got a Baphomet, like head, the Baphomet, the goat of Mendez, right? This is this satanic Luciferian symbology they got there. The record, the music industry, this is all like devil, satanic Bantus right here, who all pledged their soul to Satan for fame and for light-skinned women, I might add. So you look at right here, you see right the goat of Mendez, and they're all pushing this like fake crap about how Tyla, they asked her. See, it's all about her identity. See, music is music. See, all these same dark-skinned Bantus, they're all dancing to Michael Jackson. They don't give a shit that Michael Jackson bleached his skin and pretended it was some like skin disorder. They don't care. He got a nose job. Michael Jackson got a nose job and bleached his skin. He had the most money in the world. I mean, one of the wealthiest artists in the world. He had all the money to pay for the procedures. He had the advanced technology before he was introduced to the public. You have all these skin bleaching products and cosmetic products and soaps and all this stuff. Michael Jackson had that decades before all of you because he has the money to buy, to pay for it. And but in none of these Bantus, they all dance to Michael Jackson. None of them say anything negative about Michael Jackson, that he wanted to change his entire fucking phenotype to look like a white woman or whatever. Like, he changed his whole, and rest in peace to Michael Jackson. He's talented. We all know that. He's one of the greatest artists, right? But he's a black man that hated himself who wanted to turn into a white woman. All right? Let's be 100 here. But none of these people, they don't hold their other Bantu brothers and sisters accountable. You notice that? They're not talking about identity with Michael Jackson, questioning his identity. They're going to leave that alone. He's basically an untouchable because he makes good music. Tyla's job is to make music. She comes to America to make music, to sell a product, to sell music. But these Bantus, they're not interested in that. They want to humble and punk this mixed lady. They're trying to act like bullies because nobody else will put up with their shit. The Asians, Arabs, Mexicans, Chicanos, Latinos, Anglos, nobody else will put up with their shit. It's only these punk ass biracials and mixed who identify with them. Those are the only ones who sit around here and tolerate their shit. Nobody else gives a shit about them. They're not going to put up with this. Like, fuck you. Let me go do my own shit. The only people who entertain these savages are these punk ass biracials, biracial baby mamas, mixed people who are punks. They're lost with identity, or they got bastard kids by one of these dark skins. These are the only people who entertain them. Nobody else gives a shit. So they're trying this with Tyla, South African colored. She's proud to be colored. End of story. That's it. Her job is to make music, not to entertain you people. You guys need to shut up and pay. You need to hurry up and buy. Okay? They can't do that, though. They want to sit here and drill her and press her on how she identifies. She doesn't identify with you people. Good for her. That's why I like her. Why would she?
Man, what? It don't work like that in America, baby. You can't hide from issues if you black. And what happened was she thought, see, here's what's really happening in America right now.
This is what happened in America right now. You're going to trust this little devil worshiping, scumbag here, Remember Ray Daniels, I covered him before like a year ago. He was talking ish about Drake because he's a typical insecure black American who's jealous of the light-skinned biracial man. Remember he was talking about Drake was like, oh, well, he has a white mom and he was raised by a white mom, so he ain't as tough as those of us who got black moms. Remember that shit? I'm going to pin that, share that stream in this video description because I remember this fool, Ray Daniels. I don't know. He's some record. He's in the industry. I don't know. He's in the industry, the hip hop industry, whatever, some guy. And, he tried pulling this crap with Drake. He was talking crap about Drake. Well, he's raised by a white mom, so he ain't as tough as those of us raised by black moms. And he's pushing this shit. So I'm not surprised I'm seeing this buffoon talking crap about Tyla because it doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman, if you're Canadian, American, South African, it does not matter when you're dealing with the FBA pro-whack victim. It doesn't matter. And I tell people, because I got a lot of pussy biracials who watch me, what they call cloud watchers, whatever. And they think it's like a tone thing or delivery thing. You could be mulatto vanguard. If you just change your tone, your delivery, what I'm doing works. Okay, ho? I got all of you here listening to me. It works what I'm doing. If you don't like it, unsubscribe, don't listen. I'm not going to miss you. I'll just replace your hoe ass with somebody else. There's a new person every day who finds this spot. So don't get it twisted that I'm going to miss you. And that's the thing. Some people listen in. They're like, oh, you just changed it. It doesn't matter your delivery. There's people who are way nicer than me. Polished, professional, sympathetic. They're very nice. At the end of the day, these people, they don't care. If you don't identify with them, they want to punish you for that. They want to humble you for that. That's the example I'm trying to tell with you guys with Tyla. The nicest lady, a young lady, very talented, 23-year-old South African colored, Tyla, and she's nice. She's never said anything anti-black, but they hate her because of it. They celebrate her low album sales, that she's not making as much money as she could. They're celebrating it. So I get a kick out of it when I run into some of these knucklehead mixed idiots who want to critique me on my delivery. I'm like, don't make me grill your ass. Don't make me laugh at you, because it doesn't matter if you're nice, you're polished, you be the nicest butterfly in the world. They don't care. The fact that you're proud to be mixed, they want to humble you. You guys should understand that by now. With the whole Drake thing, they tried to say because he did blackface. What the hell do they have on Tyla? Nothing. They have nothing on Tyla. They hate her because she's proud to be mixed. They do not like mixed people who are proud to be mixed, because you're dealing with people who don't even know who the hell they are, where they come from. Their whole operational system, they serve whites. They're fighting for white acceptance. And they know you, someone who's mixed, you're closer in proximity to whiteness. So they're automatically in competition with you. That's how they see it. They automatically look at you as competition, but they try to trick you. They're very sneaky and scammers. That's their culture, right? That's their inclination to scam. So they look at you and they're going to try to scam you, to trick you to think that you're a part of their group. You're a part of their tribe. That's how they scam you. But they're ultimately going to undermine you and try to get closer to their white massa. Okay.
Now, the Africans that are coming here to get money are realizing, nigga, you are niggas too. What's happening is white people in the music industry brought in our African cousins.
Yup.
Like, since y'all niggas don't want to listen, I'm gonna bring in these y'all African cousins. Cause
you guys notice how he thinks about himself. He's using the nigga word, but that's their word, which I don't have a problem with. I just laugh when you stupid, pitiful fucking savages come into my spot and try to tell me that the word mulatto is a slur. And I'm looking at you, I'm analyzing your social media. You guys call each other nigga every day. That's like a negative, bad word. I don't use that. It's not in my lexicon. But you want to use it. You're Black American. That's perfectly fine. That's your culture. I'm not going to police you. But when you dumb, stupid, filthy fucking savages come over to my social media and try to tell me and critique and question my use of the word mulatto, I gotta laugh. Then I'm just gonna use your bitch ass for content. Go cry to your white massa. I'll use that hoe for content as well. I get a kick out of this. You don't like us using the word mulatto, but your fucking stupid, scummy ass is using the word nigga every day. That's part of your vernacular. I get a kick out. Not enough mulattoes question that. They want to police your language, your speech, right? Because they want to control your ass. This is what you see with Tyla. They don't like the fact of how she identifies. They want to control her.
they look alike to everybody, but they ain't got that sauce.
They don't got it.
They ain't got that
Especially
hood.
Tyla.
And I'm not saying this, but Tyla's also she's also from the same place that Elon Musk is from. Right? So racism and all that shit is huge where she is.
Racism and all that stuff is huge where the is. Yeah, nigga, Ray Daniels. You're from the same place Donald Trump is from, fool. You're from the same place where the Ku Klux Klan was born and raised, fool. You're from the same place as Dylan Roof, fool. But you see how they try to act like South Africa is such a special case. Man, they learned all that shit from the Americans. Just like in Nazi Germany. They learned a lot of that stuff, the eugenics, and they learned it from the Americans. What was going on here? They don't understand how they're programmed, and they think they want to operate just like their oppressor. That's what I'm telling you. Like, this whole thing with Tyla is they want to exhibit and wield power and influence over that lady. They want to feel special. So they need you to identify with them so they can punk you and control and conquer you. This is what it's always about. They need to just shut up and listen to their music. That's what everyone else is doing. Everyone's like, hey, you got a good song, you got good music. That's why everyone, we listen to music. Like I don't understand. Like they want you to identify with them. That's the crazy part. That's what this whole debate is about. This guy's got record labels. You look at the picture, the image here behind him. Like I thought this is a music guy. Of course, whites and Jews, finance and own this boy. We all know that. But like I thought it's just about music. It should be just about music, good music. Why about this identity and this politics? They're bringing politics into this. Like, what has Tyla said that's so offensive? You guys should just shut up and listen to the music. It's not good enough. You have to serve them, basically make them feel comfortable because they don't know who the hell they are. They were conquered, enslaved, right? They're serving whites. They don't know who the hell they are. So they see a Tyla, proud South African colored, her parents, her heritage, she knows where she comes from. It's like they're upset and they're irritated by that. It's very despicable.
But she had a chance to speak on it.
And she did.
And
she blew it.
And she looked at somebody else like, I don't even want to talk
I'm a little girl.
about it.
Hold my hand.
Talk about it.
She said I'm not freaking black.
Guess what?
And you notice the two dark-skinned Bantus right there, they got upset by that because she's not going to say she's black because they want to punk you, bastardize you, turn you into another one of these worthless biracial baby mamas who hate biracial men, I might add, for you stupid doofus biracial dudes who sit here and think that this is a real ally, right? She wants you to support them. They're not supporting. You notice that? They don't cash app you, support you. What, they're going to share your little weak ass video, right? Only to use your dumb ass to attack another biracial guy. You guys haven't figured it out. You're going to figure it out. You listen to me long enough. You should know by now already. That's the sad part. And those of you kind of pretend like you don't see it for what it is.
Use a nigga now. Those,
like I said, these two guys right here, two dark-skinned Bantus. Like, see, they're upset because Tyla didn't say she's black. She doesn't look like you people. We do a side by side. She doesn't look like you people. We have to ask the real question. Why isn't that these dark-skinned Bantus are trying to get with a dark-skinned female like a Brandy or whatever, Lupita, some dark-skinned? Why aren't they trying to hook up with them? Why are they so concerned with this colored woman from South Africa and how she identifies? Why? Right? They want to be able to bastardize and punk other groups of people, right? With the aid from their Anglo masters, right? They want to be able to do that without any questions, any critiques. This is really what it comes down to. Why the hell do they care how that woman identifies? Her job is to make music. They need to shut up and listen to the music. That's it.
Those are nigga numbers. Here's what Tyla did wrong. And you know this, Brandon, on some industry shit. A hit is not her problem. Tyla can have water out right now. The people are not going to fuck with it.
Water is done. That was last year. Okay, that song was a year or 2 years ago. Water's done. She has a song right now called Mr. Media. I'm seeing all these ladies on Instagram, baddies, okay, even mixed women, mulattoes, baddies, who are like doing their Instagram reels. And they have in the background song, they have Tyla's like Mr. Media is her new track, one of her new songs. It's already a viral song. Like, and these stupid idiot North American Bantus don't realize all this controversy, all you're doing is helping promote that lady. By me talking about it, I'm promoting her, which I want to. I like Tyla because you people don't like her. Whenever I see someone you people don't like, then I know, okay, I should probably endorse them, right? Because you people, you Bantus in America, like, you support the racist. You support people who hate you. That's the sadomasochism in nature of you. You hate people who sympathize with you, like the biracials, but you love people who hate you, which is your Anglo masses. And this is the pathology and the identity crisis you have. And you try to foist that and wield that and push that on everyone else, even their own offspring, sadly. And this is why mulattoes got to be conscious and get the fuck away from that. Build your own tribe. You don't have to like me. I don't like your language. You said a bad word, Mulatto Vanguard. Too motherfucking bad, bitch. Ho, whatever the hell you are. Go somewhere else. Go to the gay mixed spaces. There's plenty of them out there. I saw on TikTok the other day, they pretended to be a mulatto space. That's why I shared the receipts, I can call it. there was some lady or person who said like Carolina Mulatto, whatever her like TikTok username. She was in this chat talking shit about light skinned men. I'm like, ain't that a bitch? You got the name Mulatto in your damn username, but you're talking shit in front of a bunch of dark skins. You're talking crap about light skinned men, and I'm sitting there like, man, I'm not surprised. You people, you always want to identify with dark skins. I'm not surprised. To me, I'm just saying, look, you're in the wrong spot over here. We'll use you for content. We'll grill your ass. We'll make money off of you. It's no problemo. Okay. But if you don't like my delivery, please go to some other spot. Go to the lesbian spot. Go to the gay mixed spot. That's mostly what you see out here. Go to those spots. They'll be glad to have you. You can be a big mishmash of just mixed and multiracial, no agenda, no destiny. Okay. Perfectly fine with me. I do not care. I'm not losing sleep over it.
Because she has made it known that I'm here just to get money. I'm here not to be one of y'all. Even though they bunching me with.
See how they're offended by that? They're offended that she doesn't identify as black, that she wants to just make money. But when you have a dark-skinned Bantu, like any of these degenerate rapper scumbags, like DaBaby is the best example. Grills in his teeth, tattoos, the Migos, these Offsets, whatever, these rappers. They don't have, you notice the Bantus, these savages, they don't have an issue with that. When one of these dark-skinned rappers just want to make money, I'm just here to make money. Has he ever called out Kodak Black, who just wants to make money? See, but when it's with Tyla, the proud mixed lady, there's special criteria. It's the same shit they're pulling with Drake. There's special criteria when you're mixed. All of a sudden, you got to prove yourself to these animals. They never asked that for Kodak Black. You think he's gonna ask Kodak Black, oh man, he just wants to make money. He just wants to come over here and make money. I'm like, what? You see the extra criteria they have for the mixed person to prove that's this North American one drop rule. You people gotta get over it. We're not all gonna identify with you people. If you want to pick the ones who identify with you, have fun with them. Like I always laugh, the biracial baby mamas, like fucking have fun. Take them, get them up out of here because they all watch my shit. And I don't know, they're offended. They watch. I don't care. I just don't get it. Like, because they have kids by you people. Their kids are black. They're part of your group. Like, I'm just like, okay, have fun. Like, go help them pay for their bills and shit. I don't understand. Like, they come over here. They still listen. Like, they want us to identify. I'm not interested. We see it for what it is. They never hold their own dark-skinned Bantus to the same standards that they hold you proud mixed people. He's never going to critique Kodak Black for just wanting to get money, just wanting to get the bag. They're going to cheer them on. They're going to cheer on Meg Thee Stallion, all the other black people for wanting to get the bag and get the money. But with Tyla, they make it seem like it's a negative. Oh, she just want to come to America and not identify with blacks and just get money. That's her job. Her job is not to identify with you people. Shut up and listen. Your job is to sit there and talk and dance. That's your job. Your job is to dance for us. And we'll sing some songs for you. That's cool. I have no problem. I could play the guitar. I can play some drums. Your job is to sit there, shut up, and dance and listen and support. If you can't do that, I don't know why you're yapping. Like, all you're doing is promoting us at this point. You're signaling to us that we have something to basically promote. When I see you hate on Tyla, you're just making her even more profitable and stronger. You're helping us out. Okay.
With y'all, let me separate myself from y'all.
I'm different.
And this is what the fuck you get. And now the y'all that you don't want to be of is going to be laughing
on ya.
And you hear I'm using expletives, so it's no problem. But he's like, this is what the F you get. Like they're praising low record sales for her EP. They're praising that she's not like, it's not popping. It's what they call that, a flop. That's everybody, every artist, every movie. I was thinking about that with watching movies the past month or so. Certain I'll just use for example Jim Carrey. I'm a 90s baby, so Jim Carrey's a Canadian kind of comedian guy. who was homeless at one point, but he got his big break on like a black kind of version of SNL. It was called Living Color, and that's where Jim Carrey got his break in American market. And then, but he did these movies, man. He did like what Dumb and Dumber. He did The Mask. This is the '90s, right? '90s. He did Dumb and Dumber, The Mask. He did Ace Ventura. Jim Carrey. He did The Cable Guy, 1996, and then 1997 he did like Liar Liar. So like the mid '90s, Jim Carrey was the man in Hollywood, like a comedy act, motion picture comedy movies. He was the guy, the standard. I mean, this guy, I think he was like one of the highest paid actors at that time. And he did Batman Forever as well. Val Kilmer, he played the Riddler. Jim Carrey, I'll use him as an example. But there was a decrease, descending. He was descending within his career after basically Liar Liar, which is like 1997. He did Me, Myself, and Irene. He did another like The Truman Show. He did a couple other movies, but they weren't like box office hits. They weren't funny. They weren't good. And you don't hear anything about Jim Carrey anymore. Interesting, because when I was a kid growing up, he was the biggest star in the mid '90s, right? But he started to produce flops. He was the biggest guy in the business, Hollywood, motion picture, Batman, Dumb and Dumber, all this stuff. But he started to produce flops. So the production companies didn't want to invest that much in him and pay him that much because he wasn't bringing in the audience. The projects weren't that successful, right? But that's with every artist. That's what I was trying to say. Like I did a video with Tyla, mentioning Tyla, and I brought up Michael Jackson. Same thing with him. He's like rare because he's so talented and good, even though he's a black man who wants to turn himself into a white woman, you know. But he was, Michael Jackson's rare, but like, yeah, you look in like Jim Carrey, like that's kind of common across the board in music, every genre, entertainment. You have these people who they have a good run. They call it a run. They have athletes. You have a good run, but then you kind of start to kind of plateau. And I'm with Tyla just because but they're praising the fact that her recent project is not as poppin' as her recent, water project, whatever it was. They're praising it. That's what I'm trying to get to, guys. They're celebrating that she's not making as much money. That her album sales, or I guess it was an EP, it was like a 4-track EP, wasn't like a full studio album. Her 4-track EP, it's not doing that well. What is it, depending on the metrics you look at, the streaming and stuff. But what I'm saying is these are males. These are males. And you see how motivated and amped up they are, their energy, where the guy's cussing. Because I told you guys, they're always going to be extra enthusiastic about humbling a mixed woman. Because that's their preference, right? They want to claim the mixed woman is black so they can cover up their self-hatred. They want to replace the dark-skinned female with the mixed woman. That's why these guys here, and you see on the screen, they're super amped up with this Tyla conversation, critiquing Tyla. And their issue with her is she doesn't identify as black. She doesn't look like you people. She's not the same race as you. She's part Indian. She's part Dutch in South Africa. In different tribe in South Africa. She's not the same as you people. That's what they have an issue with, right? Because they specifically have an issue with the mixed women who don't identify as black. Because they feel like they're losing sexual access. Because they want to punk you and bastardize you. Because they have a lot of the ghetto hood boogers, the biracial baby mamas that nobody else wants. Because their value is so diminished dealing with these Bantus. Like, nobody else wants. So once they're done with them, they want to look for other targets, other ladies that are mixed race to bastardize, right? They go to the DR, they want to bastardize them, these other Latinos. And now they see Tyla, they look at that as an opportunity to punk her and bastardize her, right? And she's not budging. She's proud to be colored. And that's why they hate her, That's it. That's it. She never said nothing against them. If you want to point the finger at me, ho. I'm here. You're going to help me grow. You're going to promote my platform. I'm here. They want to point the finger at me. They're not going to do that. They're going to pick on this 23-year-old South African woman who's like very nice and lovely, very positive. I look at all her interviews and everything. Like doesn't look like a mean person to me. They hate her because she's proud to be mixed. That's why.
Making jokes, all that shit, because you didn't want to be one of us.
And I'm gonna keep it gang.
You guys hear that? Because you didn't want to be one of us. You see that slave mindset. Remember, this guy that Ray Daniels, he works for whites, right? Right, that's his master. And look at the picture here, the goat of Mendez. Look at these dark-skinned Bantus, the Cenobites. Look at the Cenobites sitting here in the studio. And then they have this goat of Mendez, which is this Baphomet, satanic occult symbology right there. And you have this Ray Daniels, who's like the lighter skin guy. That's why I don't do the whole skin color with you people. Because I already know it doesn't matter if you're light skinned, whatever. You serve the dark skinned Bantus. You serve the Satanists right here. I'm a mulatto biracial cat. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna hurt your feelings. Go to some other channel and push that weak shit. You identify with the Bantu, you're in the wrong spot. Because I'm looking at the studio. They got a goat of Mendez, Baphomet. You're not going to say nothing because this is your dark-skinned brothers and sisters. This is your people. All right. So I got to get a kick. I laugh. I see this like we're not the same, bro. So don't get it twisted on this whole skin color shit, this colorism. Look, Ray Daniels identifies with them, with his goat of Mendez, Baphomet, satanic symbology on the wall. This is part of their group. Okay, they identify. You're not my people. I don't claim you. You're not mulatto. I don't give a damn how light skinned you are. You don't have one white parent, one black parent, or two mulatto. You're not mulatto, homie. I don't know what the fuck you are. You're Griff. I don't know what you are. You're light skinned. I don't care. You're not mulatto. You're not verified. I'm not even wasting. I'm worried about you, bro. You're not my audience. You come over to me. I'm not going over to you. You're not even my target audience. Let's get that clear. Because you see right in front of you, they got the Baphomet, go to Mendez, and they're all going to endorse it. Of course. Of course they are. Of course they are. Ray Daniels sitting there crying like a hoe, talking about she don't identify as black like us. Why would she? She doesn't want to be a fucking loser in the society. She's a South African colored lady. Deal with it. Go talk to one of these hood booger biracial baby mamas who have nothing to live for except trying to be cool and down with your little club and group. Go talk to them. No, because see, they want to go international and punk all these other mixed women around the world. Right? They're trying to do that in the DR. They're weaponizing these Haitians against Dominicans. They're going to be trying to do that in Brazil. They've been doing it with academia in Brazil. And then now they're going to try to do that in South Africa. Let's listen to him again. He's basically crying because Tyla doesn't identify as black. She's not the same as you. She doesn't even look the same as you, man. Look at this guy sitting here. Dark skin, Bantu. Tyla, you're not the same as them. It's different race. Oh, mulatto vanguard, race isn't real. It's a social construct. You want to know who says that? The people who are last in the race. Let's be real. Okay. You notice that it's always people who are not really that successful, right? And they always got kids by black people. They're always the ones pushing that the race isn't real shit. Notice that, it's the people who aren't really winning that are pushing the whole race is a social construct. If race is a social construct, okay, for your stupid mixed ass, let's see how real race is when you need a bone marrow transplant. Yeah. Let's see if your little black kids and your black baby daddy can help you with that bone marrow transplant. Since race isn't real, since it's just a made up idea, it's a social construct. Let's see how real it is. Okay. When it comes down to medicine and needing healthcare, let's see how real and how race is. Since you want to play these stupid games, because we already know politically where you stand. Like, this is a community you want to be a part of, which is perfectly fine. You chose your bed, literally, you spread your legs open, chose your bed for which group of males you want to serve. Have fun, but don't spread this propaganda thinking that we're all going to play along with it. It's not going to work. Okay.
Making jokes, all that shit, because you didn't want to be one of us.
And I'm gonna keep it.
Because you don't want to be one. He's so insulted. You guys see his face when he said that. They take it as offense, but these are the same people who want to kick you out of blackness. That's the disgusting nature. That's why I'm very kind of amped up and irritated talking about some of these subjects and topics, because it's like they have no problem kicking you out of blackness, saying, well, you got a white mom. Like Ray Daniels said to Drake, Well, he was raised by a white woman in a white suburban household. So he ain't from the hood. He ain't tough like us, right? He said that shit. But this is the same guy when a mixed woman doesn't identify as black, he's upset by that shit. But I'm like, you idiot savages, you outgroup people from your shithole tribe and cult every day. You not like us, they not like us, you ain't black like me. Every damn day, they kick you out of blackness. But then they have a mixed woman who's proud to be mixed, Tyla, who says she's not black. This buffoon isn't insulted by that. You can't make this shit up. I'm trying to point out to my audience, to the public in general, like the hypocrisy of what you see with these people. And it's the right of refusal, is how I'll phrase it. The right of refusal. They want to be able to tell you you're not black. They want to kick you out of their tribe because they want to feel power. They're powerless. They're conquered people, right? In the United States. They're getting paid by their white massa. Make no mistake. So they want to feel like they have some power. So they want to kick you out of blackness. But in the same flip side, the same coin, they get offended and they're hurt when you don't identify with them. They're insulted by that. They're like, you think you're better than me? Yeah, nigga, I think I'm better than you, bitch. Now what? What the fuck are you gonna do? Are you gonna cry to your white massa and report my shit? I'm not going nowhere, you know? And that's the thing with Tyla. They think she's gonna go somewhere because the blacks in America don't like her. She's got a whole international community. She's going to get more respect. She's getting the most publicity ever. She's getting a lot of publicity. We're talking about it right now. Like her shit is going to be, it's going to really be popping. A lot of people are going to support her now because they're seeing how you hateful racists in the FBA community are disrespecting her. She's going to get a lot of support now. It's crazy though. Like, you know, they want to tell you you're not black, but when you tell them, no, I'm not black, I'm colored, or I'm biracial, I'm different than you, they're offended by it. That's the disgusting part. They're like offended. But yet, like this Ray Daniels, this hypocritical bastard, will sit here and say that, well, Drake, you know, he has a white mom from Canada, so he's different than us. I'm a real black man. We're like, what the fuck? These are the same people, man. Nobody else is pointing this out to you guys. I'm the only guy out here, man. There's a select few. I know Mulatto Mindset. Shout out to him. He does that, you know, and there's other cats like El Mulatón, El Blaxican guy. There's other people who do that as well. Like, but there's not that many compared to them. Their little podcast, these guys, Ray Daniels, they're out here telling you, they want to tell you you're not black. And it's perfectly okay, but you tell them I'm not black like you, I'm different. Oh, you think you're better than us. Oh, you're a part of that whole apartheid and, you know, buffer class for white supremacy. I'm like, give me a fucking break, man. You people all work and serve whites. Cowards. Give me a break, man. Always pushing this whole white supremacy apartheid shit when these are the biggest white ass kissers. I mean, they're not the biggest. Let me rephrase that. The East Indians are. The East Indian people are the biggest white ass kissers, Anglo ass kissers on the planet. After them, the Africans, Bantus, yeah, North America, because they've been captured and conquered. But yeah, who has them beat? Black people, right? The Indians do. Okay, you heard it from the Mulatto Vanguard. What you gonna do about it? You gonna clip it? Let me know what's up. Holler at your boy. I'm over here. Yeah, the Indians got them beat. Believe it or not. The East Indians, who are brown skinned, they're not black, brown skinned, South Asian, Pakistani, East Indian, they got them beat. They are the biggest Anglo white ass kissers on the fucking planet. There's nobody on the planet that kisses white ass more than the brown skinned Indian from South Asia. Holler at me. Let me know what's up. You want to debate me on this? I'm here for it. Yeah, so they got the Bantu, the dark skinned Bantu beat. Yo, you best believe it.
Gangster too. You from South Africa. Nelson Mandela ain't died for you to be coming here and saying you ain't black. Straight up. He ain't sitting in jail for 30 years for that shit. So I understand why you sold 3 points.
Notice you got a white guy here. Of course you do. That's the massa. You always got a white guy in the corner. Always. You got a group of these Bantus. But notice the thing is that dark-skinned guy, like he's like very amped up and emotional. I'm going to be real. I'm kind of a little emotional as well. You can hear my tone, right? Of course. This is part of the program production. But I'm defending the integrity of mixed race people who identify as mixed race, existing and being proud of who we are in this world. Where for them, or not them, or specifically the dark skinned guy who's all like amped up, he's upset because the lady identifies as mixed. He feels like he's losing access. If she identifies black, he feels like he could bastardize her and punk her, turn her into a baby mama, right? Which they're accustomed to doing to a lot of the biracial hood boogers, right? I feel like the biracial women who grew up in like in their suburbs and stuff like that, it's different. It's gonna be more challenging because they know their worth. That's what it is. They know their worth. But some of these who grew up in a trailer park or whatever, like, you know, a different story. They don't know what the hell is going on. So they're trying to fill in a void. So they connect with the dark skinned Bantu. They turn into baby mama. The rest is history. They hate on biracial men, right? Rest is history, right?
Hey, POP, not 37, 3.7 is what Tyla sold, my dude. You can't say she's Britney Spears, and that's what irritated.
Britney Spears. Who cares about Britney Spears? That's 2002, bro. That's 20 plus years ago. You see how they're trying to measure this woman, Tyla, to all these other entities, like someone they're trying to reference her to like Rihanna. And trying to compare Tyla to Rihanna. And it's like, but someone made a good point. They're like, I think it was a South African colored or a South African person, black person who's a fan of Tyla. They said that Tyla is basically on the same level as like a Shakira. Shakira is not big in the American market. She has a large audience in the American market, but with Latino people in the Latin American music, scene, Shakira is like the biggest artist right next to Enrique Iglesias. So Shakira can play a show in any major city in the United States where there's a high like Latino demographic. She can sell out the whole like arena, right? I don't know about stadium. There's a lot of seats, right? I think it's like 20K or whatever seats in the stadium, like a baseball stadium over here, because we got baseball stadiums. We don't do what you guys call football. We call it soccer. We don't do that here in America. Okay. We don't like soccer like that. So there's thinking like a stadium, like a baseball stadium, like 20K seats or something like that. And I don't know if Shakira can do that, but I'm saying is that Shakira is a big name, household name. She has been for a couple of decades. Tyla is she's like a foreign artist. She's within that realm. And that's what this lady, I don't have the video clip. Maybe I can share it in the future. But I agree with her when she said that. Tyla is not trying to be like Rihanna. Tyla's gonna be like on that Shakira level, where she's a foreign kind of international artist, but she has a locked in fan base, and she's doing damn well. I know Shakira has a friggin' statue of her. I think she's from Colombia, if I'm not mistaken. She has a statue of her like somewhere out there in like whatever town she's from, if I'm not mistaken. You guys could fact check me on that. But they're trying to compare like this dude here, this doofus with his hat backwards. He's trying to compare Tyla to Britney Spears. I'm like, bro, Britney Spears is that one, drunk kind of drugged. She's mentally ill, bro. She got knocked up by one of her backup dancers, and like her career went down the drain. Like she had a very promising career. I don't understand. Like they're trying to compare Tyla to all these people. They're comparing her. She's a whole unique entity. And she's banging, her body's banging, the way she dances and moves and shakes her hips. Like, I don't see anybody out here who can dance like that woman, Tyla. Like, she's very talented. Just that alone. Yeah, the music's cool. But I follow, like, on my Instagram, my Mulatto Vanguard Instagram. Guys, go follow me over there. Mulatto Vanguard. You see on my Instagram, like, I follow, like, some of these Tyla pages, the reels or whatever. And I see these short clips of her, like, dancing. I'm like, no other woman moves the way she does. She's clearly talented. Just that alone. Understand, like she has like the dances and the moves and stuff. She's legit, Tyla. But she's unique. That's the thing. She's uniquely her. She's nobody else. These people, her detractors, the people criticizing her, they're trying to compare her to like these other like artists, like Rihanna and Britney Spears. Get out of here, man.
She needs to build her world. She needs to find her fan base. She's just a song right now. But remember I said this. she is a star and she doesn't need to have the last name to be a star.
You always got to have that white man directing those savages. They don't like the mixed people, and I always tell you, they work together. There's always a white person directing these Bantus to hate on mixed people. Always. They work together in the workplace, at the university, in the working environment. They work together. Okay. And this is why we are here today. Do you guys want to jump up? Do you guys have anything you want to add to that? I was going to play a clip by Pink Book Lessons, a video. I think I can do that. I think I might do that. Yeah. Unless you guys want to jump up. It's like a 15 minutes clip. I do kind of want to get into that. I mean, there's going to be a lot more developments. I just shared 2 little TikToks, but I think there's a lot more I can share with this Tyla situation as it continues to develop, because it's like they're giving us easy content. They don't like proud mixed people. Drake, who's always been biracial identified, or Tyla. And you saw with Big Lotto, they got her, tried to get her to change her name. She did change her name. She caved. That's sad. But yeah, I'm going to play another video here very shortly. So make sure you guys hit the like button. Where am I at? 13 likes. I got 30 people watching, but 13 likes. Go ahead and hit my like button. Check this out. I saw this is Pink Book Lessons is what it is. Pink Book Lessons. So yeah, this should be interesting right here. Here we go. That was what I want. Should be interesting. 15-minute clip. Let's get into it.
School me on these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person. What does that even mean?
School me on this. This is the same guy who sat down in front of the former president, Joe Biden. This is the same guy on his Breakfast Club show. I think he had Bernie Sanders. He had Kamala Harris on there, vice president. He had Hillary Clinton on there. This is the same guy that they have politicians sit on his show because they're a bunch of Democratic shills. Let's be real. Okay, I'm not a liberal. I'm not Democrat. I just don't respect MAGA. There's a big difference. MAGA is, I don't like MAGA. Don't get it twisted. Just because I don't like MAGA, that doesn't mean I'm a liberal. And then they'll try to flip it. They're on the right. They're super extreme these days, far right. So they'll try to flip it and make it seem like, well, you're on the left or blah, blah, blah. No. The left is just, it's too gay. They're pro-trans and this other weird crap. Pro-immigration to immigration. Let's deal with it. Civil immigration, but they're like just straight up open borders, and America's not even a sovereign country. Anybody can come here and plant their butt and demand rights. Like that's the on the left, So I'm not Democrat. I'm not liberal. I'm right leaning, but I just have no respect for MAGA. And it's not even really like Donald Trump that I'm like anti-Trump or a never Trumper. Not even. I'm not even like against Trump like that. It's more so his drones and foot soldiers who never hold his ass accountable. They don't critique him. It's this cult, this MAGA cult. They just lockstep with anything Trump does. It's perfectly fine. So I want to let that be clear, like my political kind of orientation. Let that be known. What I'm saying is the Breakfast Clubs, this is nothing but Democratic shills. They never have any Republican candidates, right-wing candidates, But on the flip side, you have like Joe Rogan, who's a complete friggin' right-wing shill. Joe Rogan, he's got Donald Trump and JD Vance and Kash Patel and all these other like right-wingers like on his platform. So, but the Breakfast Club, yeah, they're a bunch of left-wing Democratic shills. But they had presidential level candidates. You know they had to do research. You know that the questions they asked, they had a certain number of questions and it was all basically pre-calculated. They couldn't just ask any question. They already went over and rehearsed the questions they were going to ask. It was all calculated. But they got this young, at this time, she's probably like 22 or 21, South African colored. She already went over it with you people. She's a colored woman from South Africa. And this dummy Charlemagne the Fraud, this is the clip the pro-wax and FBAs are going to use. See, they're trying to punish this woman because she doesn't identify as black. She doesn't look like you people. She's not the same. And what your detractors, what they'll tell you, the community, they'll say, oh, well, I got a cousin. I got an uncle who's lighter skinned than you, Mulatto Vanguard. You just look at light skinned black. I don't give a damn. I don't identify with you people. You're not my people. You need to shut up and pay or get the fuck up out of here. Go take your raggedy ass back over where you belong over there. You're not supporting me. You're not supporting the space, the mulatto space. I have no business with you. I'm not playing games with you people. You're not being diplomatic with us. We don't owe you any diplomacy. Look what they're doing with Tyla. They're not being diplomatic with her just because she doesn't identify with them. They're trying to punish her. They're gonna laugh because she's not making that much money. I get a kick out of it. You still got people trying to market to them. You're gonna market to the poorest group, like in the States. Like, as far as blacks around the planet, yeah, they got the most money, but they're giving most of their money to like Asians and Arabs in the United States. So go talk to the Asian and Arabs. They got it figured out. They're getting all that black dollar. Go talk to them. Yeah, like, I don't understand. So the Charlemagne, what I'm saying is this guy, they're Democratic shills. Okay. They never press on real issues when they got presidential candidates right in front of them. I already talked about this numerous times. I don't know why I keep talking about this Charlemagne guy, because he's talking shit about Drake. He's talking crap about Tyla. Like, I already went over it. This guy had Joe Biden. He interviewed Joe Biden before Joe Biden took office, right? What was this? 20 shout out to Iberian Mulatto. Let me give you that wrench. I was kind of waiting for you to show up in here to I just saw you right now. Give you that wrench. What you got? You said they don't even support their own artists. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, they don't even support their own businesses, their own infrastructure, their own institutions. They don't want to go to the HBCUs. They want to surround themselves by their white massa. So they go to the PWI. That's an acronym they developed. African Americans. Do white people develop that acronym? PWI, predominantly white institute. White people never. That's just a normal school. They developed all this shit. No, it really came from Egypt. Oh, the Arabs? No, the Asiatics, the black man. We developed the university. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Why is it today they maneuver themselves to be a minority amongst whites? Like, that's the crazy thing. Like, the revisionist history they try to propose. When this whole academia and these concepts of the university, and the colleges and all this stuff, like, this is Greco-Roman kind of institutions. But, the Afrocentrics will try to claim it's really theirs, right? And claim everything is theirs. But what I'm saying is that they want to go to the white schools. They want to go to the white schools in a PWI. They want to be a minority amongst whites because they want white acceptance, right? But they're not supporting their own damn schools. They got HBCUs around the whole damn country. And it's funny because I went to an admissions meeting. This is back in like 2017. I went to Washington, D.C. because I filled out an application for a bunch of different schools, mostly in California, but I did fill out an application for Howard University. Okay. This is what, 2016, 2017. So I was still in the kind of the pro-black phase. I was kind of dipping out, but I traveled the country, was getting a feel of what's going on. And they accepted me at Howard. I didn't enroll in there. I decided to go with the school in California. And but what I'm saying is that when I went to Howard at the like admissions kind of meeting, the lady, African American lady, was a young lady, whatever, college student, she basically said that the number one enrollees who are admitted into that school, Howard, were from Nepal. They weren't African Americans. Get that shit? I thought that's a HBCU. Howard's named after a white man, a Union soldier, right? It's funny, like they don't even support their own institutions. They have immigrants from other countries who support their institutions more than them because these ADOS and these FBAs, they serve and love white people. They just want white acceptance. They're begging, they're going to the white institutions. The reason why they don't like you biracials is because they're competing with you for white acceptance. I'm just surprised a lot of you people haven't figured this out yet. I mean, you need a guy like me to help you figure it out. I'm very blunt with my delivery, but I'm giving you firsthand knowledge and information. My own testimony. I go into Howard. The lady literally said this is 2017 or 2016. Do you think it changed? Do you think it changed? Do you think it's more FBAs trying to go to Howard? Doubt it. Doubt it. I doubt it. Yeah, she said it was from Nepal. Nepal, that's South Asia. Nepal. Those are the people, Nepalese. Those are the people who are the number one like people entering into the school, Howard University, HBCU. It's the top one in the country. What I'm saying is they have institutions. They have HBCUs around the country. They have one named after Mulatto, Charles Drew, out there in Los Angeles. So they have schools they can go to, their own institutions, their own staff, their own people who look like them, who work in the administration and whatever, human resources, you name it. They have people who look like them who work in these institutions, but they hate themselves. They look in the mirror, they hate themselves. They don't even want to be around their own who look like them. They want to go to the white person and seek validation from them. And then they run into you, some random biracial shows up and they hate you. They show their energy to you. You're like, what the hell? I identified with you. I'm cool with you. My family's black. I have no issue with you, but they don't like you. And then you're like, what the hell's going on? You're looking for answers. And then you find me, you stumble upon me, and then you see it for what it is. You're like, okay, this guy makes sense. This is why you're here. Let's get shout out to you, Iberian Mulatto. Let me continue on with this clip.
Can we not? Por favor.
Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too. I like when they talk from the back and say we can't. I like that. I like that. That's good. That's even better.
It's all staged. All staged. Yeah, this is the same guy who interviews politicians. I think I kind of overspoke because I got distracted, which happens. I wanted to say that like the Charlemagne the God, charlatan defraud, he had Joe Biden in front of him. And Joe Biden checked his ass and told him, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. This dude got punked. National television by a politician, Joe Biden. But he's out here trying to press this woman for how she identifies. Get the hell out of here, man. She's a colored woman. She's not the same as you. Just deal with it. Accept it. It's not going anywhere. You see a guy like me, we're going to connect more with these colored people. They're going to have a voice. I'm going to make sure of it. That in this American mulatto market, that the colored people in South Africa have a voice. They have an avenue. I've already connected with tons of them. You see them on the channel. I see gentleman Elroy Swartz in the chat. I'm connecting with other South African coloreds. Like, no, I'm going to make it to where they have a voice. They're heard. They're seen. This idea where you naive people, FBAs, want to act like they don't exist. And no. We're challenging you now. Go cry to Massa. Go cry to Massa. Let's see how long you can hold on to that for. Because Massa ain't going to be able to help you for that much longer. Massa's got his hands tied. Massa's got a big conflict in the Middle East with Israel. Israel's got Massa by the balls right now. Massa's got a lot of trouble he's dealing with Putin and Russia. Massa's got his hands tied right now. Let's see how much energy and time he has to deal with you and this quote unquote mulatto problem. Let's see. You can report our shit. Go cry to your Massa. Report our shit. You're not going to stop us. This is only going to grow.
All right, Tyler.
I mean, like in South Africa, my race is called colored.
All right, the color conversation.
That's it. She just laid it out. She's in South Africa. Her race is called colored. End of discussion. That's it. A guy like me, I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand. I've heard of it before. I want to learn more, but that's it. I'm not going to tell her, oh, in America, you're black. No, I'm looking at her. She looks mostly kind of Indian. She doesn't look like you blacks in America. She's a colored woman. Deal with it. That's how she identifies. End of story. I've talked to a woman before I worked with in the field. She was from Malaysia. She had dark skin, darker than me. Her skin was dark. I don't know what the hell she was, if she was mixed or something, I don't know what the hell she was. But she had darker skin, like dark. But she was from Malaysia. So I'm guessing she was Asian or something. She's like a dark skin Asian. I don't know what the hell she was. I mean, honestly, she's from Malaysia. But if she tells you she's Malaysia, that's it. She's from Malaysia. I'm an American dude. I'm a biracial dude in America. That's it. End of discussion. I'm not going to sit there and tell her, oh, in America, you consider black. See, only the fucking slaves push that narrative. In America, you consider the Anglos, the free men. They don't say that. It's only the fucking slaves who push this one drop rule. The free thinking, free men, civilized society in the United States, they don't push that one drop rule shit. That's one thing you're going to notice right away. The conquered people push the one drop rule because they need people to be miserable with them in their crab bucket. One thing you'll realize right away. So I saw this Malaysian lady, dark as fuck. I was like, I don't, you're Malaysian. Okay, that's cool. You're from Malaysia. I haven't talked to that many Malaysians, but I get it. But I'm looking at Tyla. I'm like, yeah, she's colored. End of story. That's it. That's how she identifies. Deal with it. This is a big planet. It's a big world. I know the song, it's a small world. The more you travel, kind of the more you realize how things, it's not that small. This place is big, especially when you explore nature and stuff like that. It's a big planet, and it's a lot of different people here. And she identifies as colored, and I love that and respect that, and I support her and endorse her and any other colored person who's proud to be colored. You have all of my support.
I ain't heard nobody break it down like this, so pay attention. Colored in America and colored in South Africa aren't different. They're literally complete opposites. That's why Tyla held on to that title so hard, because that was her advantage. It wasn't derogatory to her. It's her advantage. That's what made her different. That's what set her apart. That's what gave her a leg up on everybody else, was her being colored. So
how does that give her a leg up of everybody else being colored? I'm trying to figure that out. This is the African American thinking here. We're trying to dissect why he thinks this way. Why is her being colored in America? Why is that giving her a leg up? She's talented. We already mentioned it. Like, she has a lot of talent, skill. Like, she's basically the best dancer I've seen in the media, on the market, anywhere. Like, I follow a lot of people, even these mulattas. Like, I follow I did a video on my other channel, FKA Twigs. I really liked her in the movie The Crow, the new edition of the Crow movie. FKA Twigs, mulatto lady, and I liked her in that movie. And she's an artist. She makes music and stuff, and she dances, and she kind of does some like stripper whatever dances. But I'm looking at her, and then you got like Doja Cat, these other women, these other ladies, mulattas. But I'm like, I don't see them moving their body the way Tyla does. I'm being 100. Like, and I'm on Instagram. My mulatto guys, follow me on Instagram, Mulatto Vanguard Instagram. And I'm looking at these Tyla, like these little short clips, these reels. I'm like, dude, nobody moves their body like this lady. She's clearly has talent. She knows how to dance in a way that's very provocative, but kind of like it grabs your attention. She knows how to shake it, right? She knows how to dance. And that's also in conjunction with her music. So she's clearly talented. That's the point I'm trying to get across. But for this guy, this African American guy, he's trying to sit there and say, well, what gave her the advantage is because she's colored. Really? That's the mindset. Like, it's a slave mindset.
She give up her advantage. So if you go back to American history, we had what was called the one drop rule, meaning that.
Okay, and I want to pause here because this is very important. He's speaking in past tense. He's saying we had the one drop rule. That's past tense out of his own mouth. I'm going to rewind it. Because when you get an argument with this type of guy, okay, the number one thing he's going to say is we still have one drop rule, present tense. Remember, the Afrocentrics, they weaponized the one drop rule against mixed people. Now it's globally. They're doing it with South African people. They've been doing it with Dominicans for the past decade, or if longer. They do it with biracial people in America every day. They weaponize the one drop rule. So he's speaking in past tense here. He's saying in America, we had a one drop rule. But if you disagree with this black guy, if you don't identify as black like him, he's going to flip it and say, well, we have present tense. You gotta catch these people. This is their political scam. They're scammers. This is their political scam they're running on you. They want you to identify with them so they could punk you, trick you, hoodwink you to try to take control over you. And it's through identity, because militarily, they can't do anything. Economically, they're devastated. They have no business infrastructure. Nobody's going to ask them for a job. They're asking everyone else for a job. They have nothing economically, politically, militarily. They have nothing. It's socially, and it's by identifying with them. This is their weapon they're using to gain influence. So you got to watch out for that. They're going to flip it. They're going to pretend like, because the one drop rule ended legally in 1967 with the passing of Loving v. Virginia, which made interracial marriage legal federally in every state in the union across the country. Period. I can fill out an application. I can check white. No one's going to say a damn thing. They're not going to lock me up. There's no legal repercussions. I can identify how the fuck I want to identify. Okay. There used to be a time where, yeah, if you're a mulatto biracial and you check white or something else, then there's fines, even potential imprisonment, depending on the severity, right? That's no longer the case today. They can't force you to identify with them. There's no legal repercussion, but they try to enforce it socially. I'm going to rewind it again because this is critical, because I'm telling you, they're going to talk about one drop rule as if it's past tense, but just critique him. Go to his comment. This is a TikTok. Go to his comment section and tell him today, I don't identify as black. He's going to switch it into present. That's what these scammers do, these Afrocentric scammers. He's going to switch it into present tense and say, well, today we got a one drop rule. We're watching your video. We're like, bro, I thought that was a past. So is it still a thing today? Well, the police going to remind you, oh, you're white massa. Your white massa who you're working for, trying to get acceptance from. He's going to remind me, oh, that's cute, right? All these white people I talk to and I coordinate with, they're all telling me, no, the one drop rule is done. You're mixed. You're not the same as them. So who's lying here? Who's a scammer here? The Bantu, right?
Her advantage. So if you go back to American history, we had.
If you go back to the American history, he's saying we had. He's not saying we have present. He's saying past tense, we had. You got to check them on their lies.
What was called the one drop rule, meaning that I don't care how far it go back. If this person right here, and your great grandparents is black, you still black. It ain't no little bit of black. It ain't no kind of black. You either white or you black, and you ain't white, so you black. So that's why black in America is so cut and dry. So you take that premise of one drop of black blood in America and completely reverse it, completely do a whole 180. It's not about having one drop of black blood. It's about having one drop of other people's blood. So if you black and you got another drop of anybody else's blood, that makes you colored. And in their society, that kind of gives you a bump up in the hierarchy of.
You guys see, is he from South Africa? Because he's a typical like Anglosphere Afro-Saxon, meaning he's a black American who has the mindset and identity of a white supremacist. That's typical what you deal with the FBA, ADOS, African American. I'm not saying all, I'm not an absolutist. I'm just saying generally, when we analyze these people on social media and they're critiquing mulattoes, they fix their stupid lip to talk about mulattoes or mixed people. Okay, and we're talking about them, the knuckleheads who have the audacity to run their dumb mouth about us. we often analyze that they're basically Afro-Saxons. Okay. They're African Americans who have the mindset of a white colonizer, white supremacist. That's what you're dealing with. So does this guy that has he lived in South Africa? Why is he speaking as if he knows the hierarchy and racial structure in society? You know, he's not interviewing Tyla or any South African. I've had South Africans on my platform. I got a couple of these men in my chat right now. They follow me. They listen to me. I've had one, Elroy Swartz. I've had him on the panel. So if we have connections and resources, we want to talk to them. We have the people, the intel, to tell us what it's like as far as unemployment and the disparities that occur there. And I've seen other video clips based in South Africa. This guy right here, he's trying to make it seem like, oh, well, if they identify as colored, they're automatically higher on the social hierarchy. See, this is that Black American pro-victim mindset. And he's trying to speak as if he knows what's going on with colored people. And so a lot of these colored people, they're facing unemployment disparities because Bantus discriminate against them, because Bantus are trying to get back at them because they feel like, well, during apartheid, colored people were advantaged. Colored people had proximity to whiteness. They had status. So now that apartheid is done with, a lot of Bantus, they want to seek revenge on colored people. This is real shit going on today, right now. A lot of colored people are being discriminated against in the job market, in the workforce. He's not going to mention that. Of course not. He wants to paint Black people as the special victims and colored people as privilege. And, oh, Tyla, she's privileged. And she's talented. She's better than you. She's more talented. Deal with it, okay?
Apartheid, which went white people at the top, Indian people second, colored people third, and Black people at the bottom. So that's why she can't be Black. In her mind, in her society, in her family, probably everything that she's ever heard, she ain't like them Black people. She colored.
Don't you like the ANC or don't you?
Yeah, she's not like you guys. She doesn't even look like you. She doesn't look like, she's not the same as you. Why can't you guys accept it? I know why you guys can't accept it, because you want to use mixed people. You want power. But now you got mixed people up here with some balls challenging your ass. You're not going to punk us to get power over here. Yeah, the biracial baby mamas, you can go over there with them, or the gay mixed people, whatever, over there with them. But over here with the straight mulatto men over here, it's not going to work. Okay, you can pull the whole anti-Black and colorist and all that. That's cool. You don't run anything over here. You're going to know your place when you come over here. Okay.
Like the Black ones.
I would say I don't like.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done.
Yeah.
Be honest. You
I don't like the Black people.
Why not?
Just because.
They took a sample of one Cape colored person, right, who doesn't like Black people, because Black people probably discriminated against her, hated on her in that society. They took one example of one person and see how they try to do it. They try to paint the whole group of people that way. But see, when you do that to them, the North American Bantu, the African American, the proud slave, FBA, they don't like that, huh? When you take one person like a charlatan, the fraud, you take him, you sample him, and you paint all of them as being colorist and racist to biracials. They don't like when you do that. But when you examine their media, notice what they're doing with you. They're going to take this one sample of this colored woman and try to paint an entire community of people in a certain light. Isn't that interesting? The double standards speaks volumes. Where are the other mulattoes who are calling this out? You're too pussy and scared. You need me to give you some courage. Let's be real. You're too pussy and scared. All of you. ALL. You're too scared. You need me to give you some inspiration. I'm here for it.
We were reared in. There you go. So it's just you don't like Black people. I don't like Black people.
But you don't have a reason for it. Then it's just pure racism, no?
It's not racism. It is how we were reared that way, and you just don't like Black people.
They took one sample from somebody and they're going to run with it. And like I said, they're going to paint the entire group of people in a negative light.
Are they so different? I mean, am I so different of you? I mean, is a black man a woman so different of you?
Yes.
In which ways? Enlighten me.
They might have the education, they might have the money, they might.
Now, whoever did this video, like the captions they have here, it says all Cape Coloreds believe they are superior to blacks. Coloreds are more racist than whites. Isn't it interesting? They're saying here coloreds are more racist than whites. That's the caption. So we know it's a black person who made the video. But that's what Chancellor Williams was saying about mulattoes. He was saying mulattoes are more racist than whites. This is why today you see the Bantus working in lockstep with whites against mulattoes, right? Because they hold to their heart these same conspiracies. They're saying, well, you hate us more than the whites. We're going to work with the whites. You know, they come together to create you, biracials, but they also come together to destabilize you. Okay, the Anglos are under the Anglos are the overseers. Okay, the Bantu is under the direction of the Anglo. They come together to neutralize you, to censor you, shadow ban you, make it so you don't have a voice. All these people make videos. They get thousands, millions of views hating on mulattoes. But when a mulatto jumps up here and corrects the rhetoric that's spewed against us, has the courage, the balls to jump up here, you barely get any views. You know, they shadow ban your shit. Your shadow ban. They barely get any views. They report your stuff. They suppress you within the algorithm, right? You don't get any views, but they're getting help. The Bantus, you know, these racists, they're getting help from their white massa to spread propaganda against you. Isn't that interesting? You guys need to record this, screen record it, keep it in your vault, whatever. This information is not going anywhere. We're just going to build upon it. We're going to be revisiting it. This is going to continue going on unless you guys call this shit out. I'm just one dude.
Whatever. But the fact remains is they still black.
So what? So what?
What? They black.
Oh yeah, don't.
One person. They sampled one person, one colored person, and they're trying to act like she speaks for all. I don't speak for all mulattoes. What I will say is I do speak for mulattoes who have some courage, some balls, and integrity. I will say that, but I don't speak for black identified. I discourage them from even entertaining being over here. I will say that. Do I speak for all mulattoes in America? No, I don't. Do I speak for all biracials in America? No, I don't. No, I don't. I say it every day. Most of you suck off Bantus. Most of you biracials, you serve Bantus. You know there's a bigger market over there. You can market your shitty products to black people, sell your shitty music to black people. You can sell your little hood rat videos, your OnlyFans to black people. Most of you market yourselves to them. I'm not claiming all of you like that. This is for the conscious mulattoes who identifies mulatto. End of story. This is very niche specific, ultra exclusive. I like it that way. This is uniquely us. This is not meant for everybody. That's why I like it. That's why I put energy and time into this. This is specific for a tribe, for a crowd of people. So no, I don't speak for all of you people. You don't have to claim me. I proudly love that. I love it. I'm not the voice of all of you people. No. All you biracials. No, I'm not. No. So, and just like you saw with that lady there, she doesn't speak for all colored. She was overweight and fat and she looked, kind of slow. She probably wasn't a doctor. I'm not a doctor myself either. I'm like a friggin' English teacher, which I love. I was talking to a Japanese dude earlier. I need more students like that. I love talking to people around the globe. So, but that's the thing. Like, I'm not like special or anything. I'm just a dude, living my life. But I'm looking at that lady, that colored lady. She didn't look special at all. I don't know. Like, she doesn't speak for everybody. So I don't know. Like, but the racist blacks, they're gonna take that and use it for their confirmation bias. That's what it is. You're gonna listen to this uppity pancake box mammy pink book lessons, give her commentary on what she just saw, you know. And Pink Book Lessons, I first heard of her channel. She was like a Black Manosphere channel and shit. I don't know. She morphed into some pro-black crap. I don't know. Celebrity gossip, pro-black crap. A faceless YouTube channel. She's got like 500,000 subscribers. One of these Chrissy kind of adjacent channels. It's just angry, bitter black female.
Let these people fool you about what's going on for real, for real. Here's a colored woman, one of Tyla's people, outright saying she's colored and she don't
Saying one of Tyla's people. Look at the generational nuance. This older, overweight lady looks like she's in her 50s, pushing 50. Tyla's 23. Completely different generation. But you see how the racist Black American will frame it. Well, you guys are both colored, so you're both racist. You see that. But when you do that to them, they don't like that. You notice that. You notice that when you see like a black committing a crime, doing something stupid, or a racist black, the Black Americans, they'll distance themselves. Oh, he ain't like me. Don't put me. Don't cat. That's called, what they call that, profiling. You're profiling me. You're profiling me. That's touch and frisk. You're racially profiling me. See, they don't like it when you racially profile them based off assumptions. But look at this uppity, coddled, racist Black American. They're going to profile a colored. They find one colored woman who's saying some random crap, and then they're going to try to say, oh, that's Tyla's people. You guys see that shit? You see, you guys see it? If they do that with colored people, they're bold enough. They're doing that with all you biracials and your white mama. But the thing is, if you're biracial, you got a black baby daddy, man. You already know how I feel about you. You already know, because you're enablers. This is your people. You never call them out. Of course you can't, because you're trying to fit in with them. You're a coward. You're punked. Like you're not to be respected within the mulatto community. You're not to be respected. You don't help us out. You're not sponsoring, supporting, endorsing us. No, you just want to fit in with them. And they spread this racism towards us, and you have nothing to say about it. Very interesting. Very interesting. Gonna overgeneralize us. The same shit they're pulling with these colored people. They're doing it to all biracials. They're sitting there saying, "Well, you got a white mom. You act a certain way." Right? They're doing this to all of us. Wake up and smell the coffee.
like black people, referring to the darker original Africans, the black Africans in her country. She's in South Africa. She said, doesn't matter how much education a black woman or black man has, doesn't matter how much money they have, they're still not better than her because she's colored. And as a South African colored, she's superior. This is Tyla's people talking. So for everybody,
Again, this is confirmation biased from this racist black. She's saying this is Tyla's people. What the hell does that even mean? Because they both have the same racial classification. You see how she's trying to justify her hatred for this beautiful, talented, colored lady Tyla. You see how they do that? These racist Black Americans. The confirmation bias. This is Tyla's people. What the hell are you talking about? They got some random overweight colored person here who's saying she doesn't like black people. This is her opinion. This is her beliefs. Just like everything you hear from me coming out of my mouth, this is just me. This is just my opinions, my beliefs. These are my thoughts. This doesn't represent the collective of mulatto people. And trust me, some of these mulattoes I see, they are way more radical, which I love, but they're behind the scenes. They're doing what they're doing. And if they're mulatto identified, trust and believe, I support and endorse them. But I'm one guy. I only speak for myself. But like I'm looking like, and they're trying to build this bridge. They want a reason to hate Tyla. So they find some random colored person, saying she's better than black people, right? And then they're trying to tie that, saying Tyla's people. You see how disingenuous they are, these racists? See that?
who try to gaslight us and act like our discernment was off or something, nah, that's the thing. You can't play us. We already read the room. We know what time it is.
Well, everyone can play you. You're the easiest played people on the planet. Everyone's played you. Bruno Mars played you. Post Malone's played you. Who else played you? Everyone played. Joe Biden played you. Nuh-uh, you can't play us. Nah, for real. Dead ass. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Everybody plays you. That's the sad part. All the politicians, all of them, they all play you. That's the sad. It's sad and funny at the same time. It's easy to play you people.
And we didn't need anybody to fess up. We can clearly assess the energy. Yeah, we know how to identify it, and you can't gaslight us or
We can assess the energy. They can pick up on energy. Sure. Yeah, nothing tangible. You can't even measure it. It's just that metaphysical bullshit they tell themselves. Erica Badu with their little incense and Ankh necklaces and all the other fake dumb shit. You can't assess any energy. You voted for Joe Biden. You supported Hillary Clinton. You voted for Joe Biden. You supported Kamala Harris. You cannot assess energy. Keep acting like you're so special out here. I love it. Just give me more content. This is pathetic. And then of course the idiots will say, well, you're, basically the Mulatto Vanguard. You're what are they gonna say? I lost my train of thought. You're biased. You're not balanced. You're not balanced, right? That's what we're gonna say. I saw a cool comment here. Light skinned man, never been in style. Again, another comment. Light skinned man have never been in style. Cool. I don't care. All right, I'm not a light skinned man. I'm only a light skinned man when I'm around the darkies. Okay. Nobody else out here in society classifies me as a light skinned man. That's just some black shit. This light skin stuff, African American, that's black talk. I'm a light skin. What's your culture? You identify as black. Your culture is African American. That's your culture. You're light skin. Okay, cool, but you're black. You identify with African Americans. That's your culture. Okay. But you're gonna go to Africa and say you're a light skin man. You're gonna go to Europe. You're gonna go to Asia. I'm a light skin guy. I'm light skin. I'm like, well, that doesn't mean anything. Everyone else is light skin outside of Africa. That means nothing. That's just black shit that they put on you to hoodwink you to serve darker skin Bantus. Because in Europe, nobody calls you a dark skin white person. No. But when you go to United States of America, they want to call you a light skin black person. Yeah, if you identify with them, have fun. Just don't try to drag biracials along with you. It's not going to work. Not with this dude over here. I'm not having it. Okay. You go suck off the Bantus on your own time. We're not having it over here.
categorize our discernment as hate. Look at this woman right here, a colored woman, outright saying what she really think about Black South Africans, the same
Confirmation bias from the racist black pink book lessons. Another Chrissy type. Okay. Same shit. Yeah. Confirmation bias, using this one case of this colored woman to try to paint an entire race of people and say that they think they're better than you. But the sad part is this pink book lessons, these type of people, they think they're better than dark-skinned continental Africans. We're going to get more into that in the future, the FBA, because this is only like the start of it. This whole FBA shit. I'm just starting it off with this because they want to challenge Tyla. And I'm not colored. I'm not South African colored. I'm a mulatto, but I seen how you creatures, how you did Drake. I see how you try to do these other mulattoes out here. I've been watching you people for years now. Okay. So I've let you slippity slide long enough now. So now it's basically payback time. And this is a perfect opportunity with Tyla because I'm looking at she's a young woman, 23. She has her whole world ahead of her. Like, you guys aren't going to stop shit. You're just gonna promote her. That's it. Which I'm here for it. I'm gonna help promote her too.
Ones defending Tyla. She's proven that colored people think they're better than y'all. And that attitude that Tyla has of superiority is something instilled in her from her own people in her country. She was
That's projection from the racist black talking about the superiority Tyla thinks she has. But I already told you, these FBAs, they think they're superior to continental Africans. The FBAs think because they got, 8% slave master DNA, they're better than a continental African. Literally, they think they're better. They talk shit every day, these dysphoria wars on these Africans. So it's projection from the racist black American when they're trying to say, Tyla thinks she's better. Well, she is better than a lot of you. She could dance better. She's in better shape. There's a lot. She's better. The numbers don't lie. She has a poppin' song. She's making music. She's better than you. Fuck out of here.
raised like that.
They might have the education, they might have the money, they might have whatever. But the fact remains is they're still black.
So what? So what?
What? They're black.
So what?
What? They're black. It's a. When I grew up as a young girl, we had apartheid era, and that is how we were here. The white man, then the colored man, then the black man. And he's not sure. White man, black man, colored man, Indian. And then
Yeah, they're taking one sample from one lady, and you see how disingenuous they're trying to flip it, like it's all colored. It's that confirmation bias, this racist black, this pink book lessons, this racist black female. She's a red pill content creator. Shout out to Iberian Mulatto. Yeah, I remember her a couple years ago. She has a lot of subscribers now, close to like 500,000. I remember back she had like 10 or 20,000 subscribers a few years ago, and she was doing like red pill content. She was siding with the black manosphere. She was like, I guess you can call it pick me content. She would agree with the black males that would critique, find, what do you call, like viral videos in social media that was like painted black females in a negative light. This pink book lessons, she would side with the black manosphere against a black female. That's how she built her whole damn channel. Now she's doing this whole FBA political celebrity gossip grift shit. She could do what she wants, but she opens up her stupid mouth about mixed people. Okay, now we're watching you savages. Okay. Yeah, but I remember a couple years ago, she was doing this red pill type of crap. I don't know what she's talking about now, but she's going a little too far, but that's okay. You're giving us material.
And for those being disingenuous, still acting like they don't understand the problem, or lying saying we don't want her to be colored, like we're begging this non-black woman to be black or something. Listen, for the record,
you are. And I just played the clip of your black brother, the Ray Daniels. All those other blacks in that little studio, they were literally upset with this woman because she doesn't identify as black. That's what this is all about. So this little pick-me, knucklehead, pink book can play stupid and act naive, but we already know what time it is. I just played the clip. I don't need to play it again. You guys can rewind it. I just played the clip of Ray Daniels and the other two dark-skinned Bantus in the studio who were upset because this lady you see on the screen, Tyla, does not identify as black. And for those, the black males, they're upset about that because they feel like they're going to lose sexual access, because they want to bastardize these mixed women and make it to where their value is lowered and other males won't value them. They want to turn them into baby mamas. That's how they compete with other men of other races, is they try to conquer the women and bastardize them and neutralize the group. This is how they compete in society. Okay, they're not building technology, establishing, businesses and institutions. That's not what they're doing. They want to bastardize these women to try to neutralize and normalize it to elevate themselves in society, to make it seem like there's no such thing as race. We're all the human race. They're going to push that. We're all just one people, and they're just gonna bastardize you, make you a baby mama, and then they have their dumb baby mamas push this shit. It's just a human race. It's just a social construct, and then their baby daddy's black. What the fuck? Like you guys not see this right in front of your eyes? They're pushing this Afrocentricity, right? They want to deny you your identity, being mixed race. They're going to sit there and tell you it's not special, it's not important, it doesn't mean anything. You're colored. That's not special. That's not important. They're going to try to tell you this. Oh, but they'll keep their black identity. You bet your bottom dollar. They're still going to, everything's blackety, blackety, black, black. Oh, yeah, because they got black kids, right? They got black kids. So they're going to push for all this special black shit for their black kids. But when it's you and you're mixed, all of a sudden it's not important. Don't worry about it. You know, there's nothing special or unique about being mixed. Yeah, you notice that, right? Yeah. They're against Tyla because she's proud to be mixed. And don't let this little pink book, pick me, try to pretend and lie. Like she doesn't know what it is. She'll play dumb and naive.
I don't want Tyler to be nothing she isn't. In her country, she's colored. And to her and her people, that means she's better than all the dark people and the blacks in her country. Again, that's their society.
That's how she's flipping it. But the thing is, a lot of the coloreds, they're partially African, they're partially black. Right. But you're talking to a black American who's probably never traveled outside the country. I don't know. Pink Book, she's got what? A lot of subscribers. She's got some money. You can travel. I'm traveling shit. With the money I got, I'm pretty frugal with my money, so I can afford to travel and talk shit on the internet. And so, like, to me, if I can I haven't been to South Africa yet. I plan to go soon. I want to go. Just got to book the flight. But the thing is, if I can travel these places, like, what the hell? I know Pink Book can too. What's her excuse? What's her excuse to sit here and act like she knows what's going on? She's trying to say, oh, all the colored people, they think they're better than black. How do you know that? Like, that's a majority black country. The colored people are a minority there, and they're being discriminated against, I already said, by blacks, because blacks feel like, oh, the coloreds were privileged and advantaged during apartheid, which wasn't that long ago. That was like 30 years ago when I was a kid in the 90s. That's when they, so like even today, these generations now, a lot of these people, a lot of black Bantus in South Africa, they want to like get over on colored people. They feel like, oh, you owe us because you were privileged. You got better jobs than us, so now we're going to deny you a job. They have a lot of unemployment disparities occurring there. Pink Book is not going to mention that. Of course not. She's going to try to frame all these black people, which, by the way, are the majority there. She's going to frame them as the victims. Oh, the colored people think they're better than you. Like, dude, Tyla is part black. Her mother is black, or her mother could be mixed or admixed or whatever. But I'm looking at images of Tyla's mom. She's like mostly black, at least 80%. I don't have the hard numbers or whatever. Her father's mostly looks Indian or whatever, or colored. He's mixed or whatever. But Tyla's mom is mostly black. So that's part of her culture and heritage. So that's what I'm trying to see. Like, this Pink Book is trying to frame it is like Tyla thinks because she's colored, she's better than black people. Like, but that's part of her culture. But if you dark-skinned Bantus are racist to like colored or mixed people, what do you think? They want you to be submissive, like they've done with a lot of punk ass biracials in America. They got them like a J. Cole. They got him identifying as black out here, and you're never going to be number one, J. Cole. And I like your lyrical style or lyrical flow. I like J. Cole as hip hop. He's a dope rapper. My nigga, my homie, you're never going to be number one. Drake said that in Family Matters. You're never going to be number one, bro. Never going to be. You want to be number one, you got to go against the grain. And that's why Drake is number one. And that's why they hate him. J. Cole will never, ever be number one. It's too late. He missed his opportunity. He could have jumped on the bandwagon. He could have supported his boy, Drake, during that whole beef. He pussed out. And that's why the Bantus are like congratulating him like, oh, well, see, he's a good biracial. When you have a bunch of Bantus sitting there saying, oh, this is a good biracial, you already know he's a punk. He sucked. He's a sucker to Bantus, right? I'm just using J. Cole as an example. Like, he pussed out, man. Like, you're never going to be great. Like, if you want to be great, you got to go against the grain. And I think I'm looking at Tyla here. Like, she has to just stand firm in this colored identity. She will be great. Like, in this controversy, people were seeing this. You have an international audience. Like I'm saying, for me, I'm looking at her. She's on the Shakira stage, where she has the opportunity to be a global phenomenon. She's in Brazil, or she was just in Brazil recently. She has that market. I've been saying is even last year, I was saying Tyla, she needs to connect with Latinos, Latin America. And I said that about Drake as well. Drake has already got the European market on lock. Australia, Germany, England. He's got Europe on lock. Drake is gravy. He's good wherever he goes. I'm saying about Tyla as well. Like, look to these other markets, Latin America, to Europe. Look to these, because I'm telling you, like, in America, you could do good as well, but like, you're gonna have a lot of racists. The black racists, they serve the white racists. There's gonna be challenges in this environment. So explore some other environments. Let's continue on.
Listen, if you like it, I absolutely love it for y'all. That's y'all thing, y'all system, y'all culture. So at the end of the day, Tyla is not Black American. She never will be. Nobody's trying to make her one of us. Y'all can keep her.
Nobody trying to make her one of us. Yeah, she's a pick me. Pink Book Lessons, not Tyla. Pink Book Lessons is a pick me. She's a red pill content creator. Yeah, she's the one. Yeah, she's going to sit there and say, no one's trying to claim her, lying out her damn teeth. I just played the clip of Ray Daniels and the other Bantus in the studio. They're trying to claim her because they prefer this brown-skinned mixed woman over the dark-skinned Pink Book Lessons. It's all cope right here. We know that. We know that's the whole battle. They got their gender war. Yeah, the dark-skinned males, they prefer the biracial baby mamas and the mixed women over their own dark-skinned females. That's it. And so Pink Book Lessons, like, no one's trying to claim you, lying ass. You know damn well these dark-skinned males are trying to claim her as being black, so they can bastardize her, turn her into a baby mama, so her value decreases on the marketplace.
This is not about wanting her to be one of us. This is about disrespecting us. Please know the difference.
Please know the difference, a little ghetto accent. Oh, how did she disrespect you, though? I'm still trying to figure out. This is a sweetheart, very nice, gentle, delicate lady. Like, how did she disrespect you? Because that's what they keep they're trying to position themselves as being like victims. That's that proud victim mindset that the FBAs have. Like, they're always in defensive that they have a right to be a racist. They're trying to position themselves as like, well, you disrespected us, so we're responding. And it's like, well, what did she say that was disrespectful to FBA? Because she doesn't identify with you. That to them, that's how fragile their ego is. That's their insecurity, how low they think of themselves. You being from another country, different race, right? Her mom is mostly black, but her father is mixed or Indian, and he's colored. Like, she's not the same as you Black Americans, completely different and looks different. And then they take that as disrespect because she doesn't identify as you. That's what it is.
They wanted her to be something she obviously can't be, because from what I'm hearing, she's mostly Indian. So this is why in her head she's better.
Okay, that again's a lie. Is she mostly Indian? No. Her father looks mostly Indian. I've seen pictures, but her mom is mostly black. So a mostly Indian father and a mostly black mom is not a mostly Indian. Okay, fucktard, Pink Book, pick me. No. She phenotypically presents, she's a colored lady. She's multiracial. She's South African colored. She's proud of her heritage, her community. She represents a community of people who are proud of their heritage. Get over it. Nobody's bowing down to the slaves of America. Get over it. You don't have enough biracial baby mamas to back you up.
Better than other South Africans. She's a part of the group that's supposed to be better than black people and closer to white South Africans. So again,
yeah, closer to white South Africans. Okay, yeah, that's the narrative. See, that's that whole buffer class narrative that the black supremacists always push, right? Closer to white, because they look at it in that angle, this dichotomy between black and white. They don't look at you as your own people, your own entity, just existing in the world. They look at it as that angle where it's like, well, you're in between, you're closer to them, so you're on that side. You're not a. That's why they're very absolutist with biracial Americans. They're like, well, if you don't identify as a black, you just want to be white. How the hell can I want to be white when I got a white parent and I'm half white? That doesn't make sense. That's part of my heritage. Well, you just want to be white because you don't identify as a black. That's where they're coming from, right? With the slave talk. So
And this was never about Black Americans wanting Tyler to be black. No, this was about disrespect. See, this
and they can never lay out the disrespect. That's the most hilarious part. This is about disrespect. See, because they're bullies, right? Right. They want to feel power. They're powerless people. They're conquered slaves. They've been conquered and captured by Anglos. So they want to feel like they have some influence and power to dictate something. And nobody else will put up with their ass. The Asians won't. The Latinos won't. Sometimes Dominicans get caught up in the mix. Okay. But nobody else will put up with them. And so they look at the population. They look at mixed people as a population that is suitable for their bullshit and hoodwinking, right? And they weaponize the one drop rule. That's what I'm saying. Like this lady, this pink book, pick me, keeps talking about like disrespect. What the hell did Tyla say is disrespectful? She's a nice lady. All the interviews I see, she's a nice lady. What's the disrespect? Not identifying with them, not allowing them to conquer you and control your identity. That's disrespectful to the slave who's had their identity stripped from them. Make that make sense. They all have the surname of their white English and Irish and Scottish masters. Their religion has been stripped from them, their native tongue. They speak English. Okay, their religion is Protestantism mostly. It wasn't until like the 60s they adopted Islam because a mulatto brought it to the North American Bantu. Okay. But Baptist is all, Christianity. So like their theology, their language, their surname, everything about them has been given to them by their Anglo masters. They're confused. They're confused. They don't have power. So they're projecting that onto this colored lady who's proud of who she is. Who else is calling this out on social media? Let me know. I'd love to see. If you like this content, hit the like button. I'm going to finish this, let this play out, and I'm going to get the hell up out of here. Been over here 2 hours deep into this. I know you'll watch the playback because you're not going to get any real shit like this anywhere else. Not from the Mulatto man voice. This is where you go when you want the Mulatto content. Shout out to the coloreds. This platform, I've been endorsing you guys for over a year. You guys rock with Tyla. If you're proud, you identify as colored, you have my support. That goes for the Dominicans. You're proudly Dominican. You have my support. We're here for you. Yeah, we have allyship. Okay, let's continue on.
is how y'all allow Tyler and her people to do y'all. All we're saying is we're not putting up with that attitude. Ain't no mutt coming over here snapping their fingers around us like we work for them. Nah, it's not.
Now you hear that? Ain't no mutt coming over here snapping their fingers. You look at this baboon. You hear this baboon, what she call you guys. Ain't no mutt gonna come over here. Let's play that again.
People to do y'all. All we're saying is we're not putting up with that attitude. Ain't no mutt coming over here snapping their fingers.
You see that? We ain't gonna put up with that attitude. Ain't no mutt coming over here snapping their fingers. Yeah, we don't let the fucking baboons come over here and call shots. We put your ass in your place, pack you up, and send you back where you belong. Okay? They don't like that though. Mulatto Vanguard, you're a racist and white supremacist. They don't like that though. But when you call them out, you highlight their racism towards you as a mixed person, they're all silent like church mice. Isn't that interesting? My main thing is I know blacks are going to whine and cry. That's their identity. They're slaves. That's their identity. It's the mulattoes and mixed people who are punks, who sit here and they see this and they allow this to occur. They don't call it out. That's my main issue. I already know the position of blacks, that are going to be uppity. They're going to whine and cry. Anti-black, you racist, right? I get that. it's the biracial and mixed people mulattoes who are punks and cowards. And it's very sad. That's why for me, my whole thing is like, I'm going to focus on the core audience, the core supporters. I see the ladies, mulattas and mulattoes. I see Val, basically like like the wrench holders, like a Iberian mulatto, Val, Bunny Strange, and I even, Elroy Swartz, South African gentleman in the chat. Shout out to DC. I see DC in the chat, wrench holder, mulatta. So like the core supporters, okay, yeah, I'm serving you guys at this point, basically, because I already know a lot of these mulattoes, like they're just straight up punks. They see these blacks who are straight up racist towards you. They have nothing to say about it. But when I challenge the black racists and they don't like my language or delivery, they're going to be the first ones to point the finger at me and say, oh, you're a racist, you're anti-black, or blah. I'm like, okay, good. I don't tolerate none of this stuff. See, the weaklings over there in the inferior channels, inferior platforms, they tolerate the disrespect. I don't serve you people. Okay, let's continue on. Right off the bat, she just said, oh, you got an attitude. You're a mutt. You coming over here acting like you better than us, right? You see that, right? And what she's mad about, remember, she's a pink book pick me because, she's mad because of dark skins. They want to claim this pretty multiracial lady. That's what it boils down to. Okay, this is the black female jealous because the mixed woman is more desired in the black community than her being a dark skin, right? That's why they have this whole divestment, BWE movement, colorism, and all this. They're just basically competing with mixed women for black males.
Around us like we work for them. Nah, it's not going down like that. And because of her diva behavior,
It ain't going down like that. You know what I'm saying? It says the diva behavior. She is a diva. You look at how she moves her body, right? She's talented. She can sing. She can dance. Like, yeah, she is a diva. What the fuck? When anybody else is perfectly fine. See, when Beyonce, when she's up there and she's a quote unquote a diva, it's acceptable. But when they see this, they're threatened by this lady, this young lady, Tyla. That's the crazy thing. Like they make everything she does like a negative. They're trying to humble her. They're saying she's a diva. She's a top-notch hot celebrity, viral celebrity. They're making it seem like it's a bad thing, like she's a diva. Well, she's on top of shit. Who else is going to compete with her right now? What, Taylor Swift? I know in the US, you have a lot of these people, they like Taylor Swift. I don't like her, okay? She can't dance. She's ugly. She's plain. Her music sucks. I don't like her. But there's people who like her. I don't, it's not my market. But compared to Tyla, you look at her, it's like, psh, fuck.
and the superiority complex that again was instilled in her by her own people, she rubbed the market
The superiority complex that was instilled by her own people. Where is the evidence of that? Her own people. Remember, the Pink Book Lessons is a racist black supremacist, and they played one little sample clip from some colored person, and they try to use that as confirmation bias to say, oh, that's Tyla's people. That's not Tyla's parents. That's some complete stranger. That's like finding some black racist who hates white people and using that clip to paint all black people in that light. But remember, the black racists like Pink Book, they wouldn't like that, would they? Oh, no. Right? I'm surprised at Pink Book Lessons. They got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers and shit. These Angelos allow. I'm so happy when I see they have Nick Fuentes back on YouTube. They need to have some type of balance within the spheres and social media. They've allowed these black supremacists and black racists too much leeway. They're getting way too fucking uppity for my liking, where they're attacking these mixed people like Tyla. So when they got like the Nick Fuentes, I'm seeing he has his channel, whatever, on YouTube, and he's like they need to establish some balance here. These black supremacists are way too fucking uppity. And that's the thing, like this Pink Book Lessons has got 500,000 subscribers, and she's throwing out anti-mulatto slurs, calling Tyla a mutt. And you mulattoes, you sit there and you laugh and you accept it because you're punks, you're bitches and cowards. And I'm happy you hate watch me. Good. You're not my core audience. I don't want you black identified pieces of shit over here. This ain't for you. You allow these racist blacks to disrespect all of us, and you don't have the balls and courage to call it out. I don't want your weak light skinned ass over here. Go back over there with them. This ain't a spot for you. No. But I'm good. I'm happy that there's some balance out here because these Anglos, they support these racist blacks attacking mixed people. They're giving all these racist blacks all these subscribers, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, getting them money to hate on your ass. Nobody else out here is calling this shit out except for me. Yeah. So what's up?
Wrong way, and that's why we not messing with her now or never. It's over.
I just got a $5,000 loan deposit straight to my bank account. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make my rent.
South Africa has a caste system. Like, let's
be real. I can already tell right away this is a black American thug. Biracial baby mama, light skin, Oh, she light skin, yeah, but she sucks off dark skins, right? I can already tell as a black American, and she's gonna do the whole social justice warrior shit. And talking about South Africa as a caste system. So what? So does India. Okay. So what? So does England. So what? So does Mexico. So does United States of America. There's a caste system. The rich and then the poor. Yeah, there's a caste system. The more money you have, the more rights you have in society. Yeah, deal with it.
For real. That's why the term colored is a thing there. And everyone calls.
And you look at her, light and bright. Remember, they don't want to change their phenotype. They have privileges being light skinned amongst the dark skinned community. See, so what they have to do is they have to, with their intonation, their accent, they have to turn it into a black scent. They got to make themselves sound blacker to fit in with the group. That's their kind of trick, their wiggle room. And they have to take on the basically black agenda as far as their strugglenomics. That's why she's talking about this caste system shit. And we're looking at her, bitch, you're not even black. I don't know why you're mouthing off talking. What, you got a nose piercing just because your baby daddy's black? I don't give a shit. You're not black. Yeah, the dark skin tricked your dumb ass. Now you got kids and you're no man. You could try to, you have an OnlyFans, a lot of and then you try to like make your money, try to trick some other sucker out here. Like I'm sick of seeing you people out here, man. You don't speak for us. And you're taking on this social justice warrior crap about South Africa's caste system. Every society has a caste system. Let's hear what this person has to say as if they have some knowledge. They're on TikTok. They're just pandering to blacks on TikTok. That's all it is. A light-skinned savior, light-skinned female savior who wants to cape for blacks, dark skins, okay, to fit in with their group. What it is as well is because the light-skinned guys haven't done enough to create their own social media. Create your own shit, man. Create your own group. Create your own tribe, your own space. Eventually, a lot of these women, they realize they fucked up. They're going to flip and drop all that pro-wax shit. They're going to jump into your social media. That's basically the solution for it. Create your own situation. Because these ladies, they have nowhere to go. They're lost. They're groupies. They're just going to go where they feel like where the numbers are at. They can get the most praise. Hey, if she wants to be a baby mama, that's cool. I have no issue. It's just once she has bastard kids by one of these Bantus, and then she comes over to the mixed space trying to downplay what we're doing or telling us, well, being mixed is not special. Race is a social construct. It's like, fuck out of here, man. You got kids by a black guy. Like, you identify as black. Go there with them. Why are you over here? Like, that's the issue. Is like, once they have kids by a black person, then they come to the mixed space and they want to sell their shitty products. They want, that's what it is. They start writing kids books. They want to sell their kids books to mix. They want mixed people to finance and support them so they can take that money to support their black kids that they had with some black guy. And for you as a biracial man, you got to be a cuck, a bitch, and a sucker to endorse that. And I see that. I'm not calling out any names of any ladies. I'm all around these spaces on all the platforms, all the networks. I'm all around. I'm not calling out anybody. But I'm just saying that as a man, when I see that, okay, you're writing books, you're selling, products, whatever. but your baby daddy's black. And yet you want mixed people, quote unquote mixed men, you want us to buy your products so you can take the money and give it to your black kids with your black husband or black baby daddy. We're like, as a mixed man, you got to be a bitch, a mark, a punk to sit there and endorse that. I'll be the bad guy. I'm cool with that. That's my legacy here. I'll be the bad guy on social media. Okay. Like I just will never accept that. I'll never accept that deal. Like some Pookie's leftover, some black guy, some mixed woman with his a proposal to support her brand, her product, so she can get some dollars, and the money you help support her because it's mixed under the guise of being pro mixed, and you support her, you buy her book or whatever product she's selling, and she takes that money and she supports her black kids she had with a black guy. You as a mixed guy, how can you have any self-respect doing that? How can you respect yourself doing that? It to me, it doesn't compute. I don't get it. Like, to me, it doesn't register. I'm like, this is a despicable existence. You're not the first option, the first choice. You're like, if you're not controlling the entire operation, like, don't even engage, don't support, don't finance, don't endorse, don't sponsor. They owe you. They want you to support their products. They need to pay you to support their products. For all you men, okay, let me continue on. I'm going to hurt your feelings eventually.
Calling Americans dumb, jealous, and all these extra insults because we see that for what it is absolutely crazy. We don't use the term colored in the US because
we don't use your term colored. Remember, she's an idiot. Remember, she's black identified. Okay, right? We get it. She has higher status amongst the dark skins than the whites, because the whites are going to tell her, okay, are you smart? Are you creative? Do you have a business? Do you have a system? Do you have anything new? Any new discovery? She has none of that. She's going to sit her lazy ass up, smelly feet, jumping on TikTok, acting stupid. She has nothing to offer the whites. So she's going to be stuck, reduced to the black community, where she has privilege amongst the dark-skinned males, right? She just has to dance around and navigate the racist dark-skinned females, like the pink pill, whatever, pink book lesson, right? So that's her thing. So they latch on to the dark-skinned male to get protection from the dark-skinned female in that community, but her status is higher in that community. So she's stuck there in that spot. I can already tell by the way she's talking. So she has nothing to teach me. She's not going to teach me or show me nothing. I don't give a shit. I'm just commenting and reviewing this because this is content for my channel. That's it.
it was a term used basically.
Okay, I want to say that. She's talking about colored. There was a term used, colored. We don't use it in America, but they have the NAACP. They call themselves POC and BIPOC. BIPOC is an acronym, which is for Black, Indigenous, People of Color. So they call themselves people of color, colored people. They tried to get on some dude, this white guy who's like a juiced out bodybuilder, a gym rat. His name was Joey Swole. This Joey Swole guy, they tried to get on him a couple weeks ago because he called some dude like a colored guy or something like that. They're like, that's not how you say it. You're supposed to call him a person of color. See, they're trying to police speech. These slaves, they're trying to police speech. And that's the thing with the whole mulatto thing. When it's always non-mulattoes who have an issue with the word mulatto. And I'm sitting there looking at you like you're black as fuck. You're black. Mind your black business. As far as you guys call each other the N-word every day, I'm not, you're not, okay. Mind your black business. As far as like me using the word mulatto, none of your concern. Go back over there, sit down, shut up. I'll let you know if I need something from you. It's not, they're too uppity. See, they're over infringing. And that's the thing with this controlling speech. They want to call each other bees and call each other, you know, the N-word and stuff like that. And then like when it comes to the people of color, person of color, this and that, they want to police it. You have to say it this way and say it that way. Like I said, with this Joey Swole guy, they try to get on him for how he said it. And this idiot here on the screen is sitting there telling you they don't use that term, say, in America, but they have an NAACP. Is it the National Association of Advancement or something of colored people? It's, you know, they got friggin' organizations about colored people and shit. But you listen to these TikTokers, man. Black baby daddies are telling you, no, we don't talk like that. Yeah, pro-wax shit.
Racial slur to separate African Americans from white people here in the US because segregation was a huge thing. In South Africa, from what I've seen, segregation is still a thing. So for everybody in my comments under that Tyla video talking about, oh well, like to me, you're colored. In South Africa, you would be colored. No, in South Africa, I would be African American black because
Yeah, and see, like with someone like this, for someone like for me, it's like it's no point even trying to argue with her how she identifies. I don't care. I already know you people are plentiful. This is what I'm up against. There's more of you, especially on TikTok. These like there's so many of you. You biracial baby mama types. Okay, you have to suck off and serve dark-skinned males to legitimize your position in Blackistan because black women will eat your lunch. You can't compete amongst some black women just handy. No, no, no. You need to attach yourself, latch onto a black male to legitimize your place in their community. I already know what it is. So for me, I'm not even gonna waste my time. I already understand what this is with this person. And to me, you're not that. You're not all that. You're not special. Like I'm listening to how she talks. Like you're not eloquent. Like there's nothing. I'm not impressed by you. Like there's too many mulattoes that I see around the planet. Like even in America, like these mulattoes who are like from the suburbs, whatever, they talk like a normal human. Like I'd rather just deal with the normal mulatto who has self-respect and represents herself like a lady. Okay, when I see a mulatto who tries to talk with a little black accent, wants to fit into the black, I'm not interested. There's nothing I have to say. I'm not interested. I'm grossed out by this shit.
that's what I am. And it's like in the US, we still deal with colorism heavily, where people like me are treated better than dark skinned and brown skinned people. That's
You see that? People like her are treated better than dark skinned and brown skinned people. You guys see that? She is a willing subordinate. You guys see that? She thinks she's privileged. Right? And she knows she is amongst the dark skinned males. They prefer her, but she likes that position. She's an opportunist. She knows she has advantages. And if you're a man with her complexion, you have no fucking privileges in that shithole cesspool community. They don't like you. They hate you. Right? So she's speaking as gendered. Okay. She can only speak for herself as a female in that community. And she doesn't give a fuck about you dudes because you can't offer her nothing unless you got money or status. Like, her best bet is to latch on to the dark skins, the males, and beg for protection from the dark skinned females who are going to try to, eat her ass for lunch, literally can say that. And she doesn't speak for you. She's talking about light skin privilege, right? It's always these types who take on the battles of dark skinned people. In Pink Book Lessons, who's a racist, she called Tyla a mutt. What do you think she thinks of this person? This person's clearly mixed. You see how they use mixed people when it benefits them, right? They'll use the mixed person like this person to attack another mixed person, right? You guys see how they operate the Bantu, right? Pink Book Lessons calls Tyla a mutt, but then Pink Book Lessons posts this person here because this person isn't a defender of dark-skinned people. So my thing is, if you're light-skinned, if you're mixed or whatever, you're female, you're male, and like you support this idiocy, please stay in the community, because I see some of you people jump over here and pretend, no, we don't want, no, I don't want you here. I'll use you for content. I'm backlogged. I got a bunch of shit to talk about, especially for my Patreon supporters. I'm figuring out the platform, and with my Patreon, 90% of all of my uploads are going to be on Patreon. So if you want access to all my material, you're going to have to go over there and subscribe. You're going to go sign up for the Patreon. It costs you nothing. Okay. You pay it for everything else. So most of my material is going to be over there moving forward. And yeah, we're going to get way more into this because this is ridiculous right here. Let's continue on.
Exactly why I speak out about stuff like this. Y'all's caste system is colorist. Y'all use the terms colored in South Africa because colorism is still a thing. It's not out of respect for Africans.
And the thing is, with these type of people, they're very this is an African American. It's a mixed person, but they identify as African American, so I'll honor that label. I don't care. And the thing is, they're very virtuous. Like they see like they feel like a sense of pride fighting the battles for darker skinned people, even when darker skinned people are racist towards them. They're okay because they have nowhere to go. Like I told you, she can't go to a white community or anywhere else. Like they're gonna have standards. She doesn't have a business, she doesn't have expertise, or is she no, she's just gonna sit up there with her dirty feet, okay, poor hygiene, nasty attitude, lazy ass. She's gonna jump on jump on TikTok. I see a lot of these people, these mulattoes on TikTok. You know, they got OnlyFans, they lazy ass, jump on TikTok, not doing a damn fucking thing, talking like they're black. They got a black audience, and that's it. They're lazy. They don't have to do anything. They jump on TikTok, jump on social media. They got a bunch of dark skinned dudes foaming at the mouth. Oh, she light skinned. Ooh, you know, she talks like she's black. It's easy for them, okay. But see that's what I'm saying. Like in other groups and other societies, they have to compete. There's a standard. There's no standards in the community. They just have to be light skinned. So it's a different experience for someone like her versus like a male counterpart. If she has a brother who's a light skinned guy, like it's different. The light skinned guy, he's got to be like a ball player and an athlete and like a stud or some shit, right? He's got to be super talented, or he'll just get the hell away from them. You know, most of these mulatto men I see, like they're doing their own shit, man. Most of these men are dealing with like mixed women. Most of us, we all prefer mixed women, but most of us we'll go somewhere else. Latinas, Asians, white, it's all good because we see people like this character, like we already know like what's up with this. Like you found your home, cool, but I'm not going there with you.
And Americans aren't dumb for pointing that out. Also, in Tyla's interview, when she went on The Breakfast Club, one of the biggest black hubs to try to promote herself and get herself out.
Again, the whole Breakfast Club, they're all going back with that. They're hating on Tyla with all that Breakfast Club crap. Yeah, and only the low IQ people watch Breakfast Club. I'm reporting it because this is congruent with my channel. So much for black and brown unity. I'm trying to understand what that means, though. Who are the brown people? Who has hegemony and control over the brown label? It's not the Latinos, because most Arabs are brown. Most of these South Asians are brown. Pakistani, Bengali, Indian. Even the red man, the quote unquote red man, Native Americans, they call red, but they're brown. And the Asians, the Filipinos are brown. Who the hell are the brown people? Talking about Latinos? We know who the blacks are. They're Africans. That's already been color coded. But what the hell are we talking about brown people? Who is the brown people in this equation? Because the lady on the screen, they're gonna call her yellow. That's the stupid term they use, yellow, which is yellow is a color code reference for Asian people, but in African American context, they'll call someone like her yellow. I'm looking at this lady on the screen, bro. She's mixed. Like she's mostly white. Get the fuck out of here. Like her facial features, like everything, she's mostly white. She has some African DNA, but she knows her ass is not black. So she has to blacken it up with her little stupid fake accent. She has to try to sound like she's black, and she has to take on their philosophies. That's why she's pushing this colorism shit with the whole caste system. She has to jump on social media and fight hard in the paint with the social justice warrior crap so she can win brownie points with the dark skinned community. This is what they do. They have to legitimize their position within that tribe. They don't get just membership access. When you're a mulatto, you don't look like none of those people. You're an outsider. Looking at her, she doesn't look like a Bantu. Okay. She's not going to just get granted access. She needs to latch on to the dark-skinned male for protection from the dark-skinned female. But she also has to take on the philosophies and the political arguments from that group to legitimize her position, to prove her authenticity. The dark skins don't have to do that. The dark skins can be drug dealers, scumbags, criminals, and they're black, so they just get accepted in the group. Like Da Baby, like Little Nas X, and the rest of them. They don't have to do this extra shit. They can just show up and be a degenerate savage, and all the blacks will accept them because they're black. But you have a light-skinned mixed lady like this, they got to start talking about the caste system and colorism. They got to go extra hard. They have to prove their blackness because they're subordinates. And for someone like this, I already know the protocol. They get with a dark-skinned male to legitimize and cement their position in that community. Perfectly fine. Just once you become bastardized, don't come over to this mix spot talking about your pro mix now, because there's so many of you ladies, and it's very insulting. Like I said, for me, it's the thing is where it's like, okay, now you write a kid's book, and and it's like, okay, who are you gonna market your kid books toward? I mean, I guess in a mixed women, if they're gonna support you, cool. But if you're a biracial man and you buy these products, like you got to be the biggest bitch out here. You're basically a cuck. You're gonna give money, support a female. I'm gonna hurt your feelings eventually. I'm gonna go more into that because it's like I'm just so appalled by what I'm seeing, where they legitimately look at you mixed guys as if you're some marks. Like you got to support people who don't even support you. They don't cash app you. They don't support you, but yet they want you to like support. No, that's not how it works, baby. Not over here.
Out there, instead of them telling Charlemagne that he couldn't ask certain questions about the term colored in South Africa, and her looking back at her publicist, they could have used that chance to.
She's not black, but she has to sound extra ghetto and black just to fit in. It's very obvious. You look at these people, they try so hard, I'm mixed. Yeah, you're mixed. You're not black. Okay. Just because your baby daddy's black doesn't mean you're black.
Educate everyone and explain, instead of coming out with something a while later with Vogue, with her then admitting like, yeah, I am colored, but I'm also a black woman. You cannot try to market yourself to black Americans and make yourself unpalatable.
Did she market herself to black Americans?
If you want to build,
I think she just marketed her music. Like, I don't understand how did Post Malone market himself to black Americans? It's just music. If you like the music, you like the songs, or you don't.
Most ironic about this entire Tyla color discourse and how black Americans are displeased with Tyla for using a racially insensitive term within the context of American history and the Jim Crow era and racism. It's the fact that South Africans...
Another one of these TikTok liberal fucktards. Okay, in simple terms. Another one of these. Let's check it out.
At large are really sitting up here trying to pretend like they've never been the aggressor at some point. Like they're really sitting up here trying to pretend as if at no point in time they've never been hostile and intolerant towards other black people. Specifically when it comes to last year's Miss Universe, right? Because if I remember vividly, I remember when Chidima Adesina was trying to run for Miss Universe within South Africa and the way South African people treated Chidima and the way they rejected her and the way they started looking into her family history and
okay, you said the way South African people, but look how she's going to pivot it. She's talking about most of South Africans are black. There's a white minority and they have a colored minority. Most South Africans are black. But you just heard this lady say the way South Africans treated her. She's never going to talk about their own bias with black on black. Oh no, she's not going to talk about tribal warfare. Watch how she's going to pivot it and put all the blame on the mixed people, on the colored people, and she's going to talk about colorism. Watch how sneaky they are with that. Catch them in their lies.
Blaming her for things that her mother did and basically petitioned to try and get her kicked out of Miss Universe. It's so funny that a lot of South Africans are sitting online talking about Black Americans being ignorant and intolerant and being jealous because a non-American woman has broken into the American entertainment industry and they're threatened by her. But when they were dishing that same vitriol and hatred towards Chidima Adesina, it was perfectly fine. I'm an African woman. I'm not even Black American, but I'm just sitting back laughing. And I just think, and I'm not saying that Tyla deserves this because of what has happened to Chidima Adesina, because she obviously doesn't. She had nothing to.
She's African. She's not American. So what? You adapt the same pathology as them. Okay.
Do with it, but I do think that it's the sweetest irony that South Africans are really trying to sit up here and rag on other people for being ignorant about their culture and their identity and being intolerant towards them, when they do have a history of being intolerant towards not just other Africans, but other Black people in general. Like, come on, bro. Like, are we really going to sit up here and
Yeah, so this is a stupid clip that Pink Book Pick Me used. It's like you're using this black person here who's critiquing other black people. This has nothing to do with Tyla or other South Africans. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. She's talking about black South Africans. But you see how this black American grifter Pink Book is trying to like use this to weaponize all this energy and negativity towards colored people who are just existing, trying to make it and thrive in this world, competitive world, you know. And it's interesting. Let's examine this.
pretend like South Africans don't sit up there calling Nigerian people and all other Africans all these type of derogatory slurs for simply existing and migrating to their country? Don't make me laugh.
I will never forget a group of colored people saying the word cat in front of me. I had this one friend, like we were best.
Yeah, so this is a black person who's upset because colored people used a slur. They have like an N-word slur in South Africa. I think it's kefir, which is like, yeah, it's a slur. So I don't want to hurt too many of you people's feelings. So let me continue on.
And I slept over at her house. And then we met up with her friends. And obviously her friends are mostly colored because she lived in a colored area and she was colored. Sharp. So they start talking. First of all, I'm being left out of the conversation anyway. So I was just like, whatever. I was quiet. They forgot that I was there. Tell me, why does one of the friends tell a story about some colored guy they know? And he's like, yeah.
Okay, it's a personal account that you interacted with some colored people who maybe had some negative views towards black people. You're gonna run into that anywhere around the damn planet. You go to Mexico, you go to Ireland, you go to China, you go to fucking Saudi Arabia. It doesn't matter, man. You're gonna find people who don't like you around the world. I don't understand, how is this like unique? Like, they're trying to use this confirmation bias to attack colored people. This is an attack on mixed people. Wake up, man.
But he dates calf with such disgust in his voice. Then, when everybody realized there was a black person in the room, me, it was so awkward. In fact, that day I packed my bags and I left. I was like, I'm going home.
Good for you. I'm glad she didn't sit there and tolerate that.
Good for you. I'm a ghetto black American Pink Book from the hood. Good for you. Them white folks giving me good money. Ooh, good for you. Ghetto ass. Fucking savage.
That nonsense. I don't care who it is. Co-workers, friends, even family. Don't let people slip up around you with the disrespect. If you keep letting them slip and slide, you're just going to get stepped on. And that's not cool. So
UK, let's take that advice. All you mixed and colored people, you hear what Pink Book said? If you let them slip and slide with disrespect, they're going to get stepped on. That's my message I have for these cry racials. And I say cry racial because they identify with Bantus. You're weak. You're fucking cowards. You're punks. You're weak. That's my message to them. You identify with people who openly disrespect you. Yeah. My message, I'm going to say the same as what the Pink Book said. Yeah. Don't let them slip and slide because they're going to step and walk all over you. But some of you cry racials, you love to be walked on as long as it's a fucking black foot, don't you? You love to be stepped on by the Bantu, right? Because a lot of you biracials, you mulattoes, you'll fight the whites. You'll fight the Hispanics. You'll fight the Asians. If someone disrespects you, you'll fight them. You want to prove your blackness. You want to prove you down with the hood. You're going to fight, yeah. But when the Bantu disrespects you, you're very quiet. You're a mark, and they got you where they want you. They're so comfortable these days. That's why they're up here, out here calling you mutts. Pink Book lessons calling Tyla a mutt and shit. You know, these savages are very comfortable these days. They got you cry racials right where they want you. Punk ass marks fighting for their acceptance. Weak, pathetic, They got you right where they want you.
Yeah, good for her. I'm glad she left. But that's just another example of how the South African colors really feel about Black South Africans.
There we go. Again, confirmation bias. They take one example of this colored lady, and then they take the testimony of this person here on the right, and they try to frame it to try to justify their hatred for Tyla, as if any of this is related when none of it's related. This is the crafty nature and the trickery and the scamming nature of Bantus. What they're trying to do here to control in media, because they have a lot of voices. Like I said, Pink Book Lessons, the Anglos, they're giving her all these views. You make no damn mistake about it. She doesn't have that many subscribers just because blacks endorse her shit. No, the Anglos are propping her up. The Anglos always endorse and prop up these savages to attack mulattoes and multiracial people. You make no mistake about it. I'm going to be here to remind your ass a bit of this every single day. They're giving them all these views, all these subscribers to spread all this hate on mulattoes. All right.
In their own country. Even other South African colors came out speaking on the issue. The darker colors reportedly being mistreated in their own colored family because they had stronger Black South African features, like the darker skin or a different hair texture, like type 4.
I was called the K word by my family members. So let's talk about the anti-Blackness in the colored community. It still exists in certain parts of the country. It is a lot worse than other parts. Please listen to comprehend and don't listen to respond, okay? I'm gonna start with some anecdotes from my own life as a darker skinned colored person with type 4 hair.
Okay. Someone want to get their girl here. Is a colored lady here who's, I don't know, you want to get your girl here or what? Because most of the colored people I see that I network with or I analyze on social media, they look mixed. I don't know. This person here, because she's sitting here throwing you under the bus, claiming you. She's claiming she's a part of you, but she's throwing you under the bus. I don't know.
Let's start with hair. My hair is type 4. Having hair like mine has never been the aspiration in the colored community. Our hair carries a lot of weight.
She said aspiration of color community. Your hair is nice. Your hair looks good. I don't understand. Like, you're trying to paint your own damn community negatively. You just seem like you're a coward. You can't be trusted. I'm going to fast forward this because I don't even want to care to listen. I want to actually kind of get the hell up out of here. I want to get up and then go to the gym and continue what I'm doing. Okay. I'll just play it on whatever.
Weight in the colored community. And all you have to do is look at the responses that people still, until today in 2024, still have a response to newborn babies like this. They take off the little hat to see what the hair looks like.
Okay, I'll share the clip. You guys can watch this crap. Whatever she's talking about there.
Skin color, yes.
I want to get to the kind of the commentary, this Pink Book idiot, because the Black American. I want to debunk the Black American Bantu and their talking points mainly. This South African whatever on the screen, I know she just wants views and stuff, and so she's gonna hate on her own people for views. I don't care. I want to dissect the racist Black American. Okay, let me go into Pink Book Lessons.
And see, here's a difference between a South African colored like her and one like Tyla. She's calling out that anti-Black culture with her own.
She's calling out that anti-Black culture. Where are the mixed people calling out the anti-mixed culture in the Black community? None of them. None of them. You guys are too pussy coward. You need someone like me to give you some courage. None of you are. This Pink Book Lessons just lets you know she's a racist, Black supremacist, anti-mixed. Who is going to call that out? None of you. None of you are. You need a guy like me to do it first, give you some courage. Yeah, but it's always cute and funny how they're trying to frame it and flip it and paint it as if, oh, Tyla, you got to call out the racists in our community. No. You need the Black racists. It's on them. Okay.
People. While people like Tyla, she's sitting back basically upholding the system because she's benefiting from it. It allows her.
How does she benefit from it? Upholding the system. You see the strugglenomics. Tyla's in the studio. You see the image of her right there, the video. Like, her job is to make music. How is she uphold? See, they're trying to throw all this like colonialism and apartheid. They're trying to throw all this legacy and weight onto her shoulders. This is a 23-year-old music artist. Jesus Christ. I mean, they're trying to throw all of this shit onto her. She's a young lady. She's 23. Her job is just to dance and make music. What the F? Like, you see these strugglenomics, Blackistan victims, proud victims, I might add. They're trying to throw this crap. They're talking about legacy. She's upholding a legacy. She makes music. She doesn't identify with you slaves. Get over it. Go talk to that loser ass biracial baby mama you had. What was it? Let me see. This fucking idiot right here, who's mostly white. Yeah, and you're going to use her for your video. Confirmation bias. Go bring in some more of these fucktards, these fucking idiots. Yeah, go bring them. We don't give a shit about them. We're not getting worried about them. They got bastard kids.
With her then
They got bastard kids by dark-skinned males. They identify as Black American. Go talk to them. Go deal with them. Well, you're worried about Tyla? Tyla's not your concern. Okay. Fuck out of here. Pink book. Pick me.
Out that anti-black culture with her own people. While people like Tyla, she's sitting back basically upholding the system because she's
She's upholding the system by making music that people dance to. Right. Yeah. It's a Black American talking. It's a Black American. Yeah. All right.
Fitting from it. It allows her to walk around like she's superior. Because in her mind and people like her auntie here, at least they're better.
Again. Okay, she's trying to make this fraudulent correlation. She's calling this random, overweight, drunk, like colored person her auntie. You guys see how disingenuous this is? I don't know if this lady's drunk or whatever. She has like coffee, working in a coffee shop. This is some random colored lady. But you see how disingenuous the scamming North American Bantu will try to frame it. You see how tricky they operate within media, within social media, with YouTube. They take this one clip of this random colored person who thinks she's better than blacks, that's her opinion, and they're trying to tie her into with Tyla and make that correlation. You guys saw that, how disingenuous. They're trying to say this is her auntie. This is a racist black supremacist. We already pointed that out, Pink Book, right? And none of you mixed motherfuckers call that shit out. You need me to get my hands dirty, which I'll take the glory with it. You're all cowards. You serve and suck off Bantus. I'll take the glory. That's all good. If you want mulatto topics, mulatto information, you know where to go. You know where to find me. Nobody else is having this discussion. They're too pussy, too coward. They're dancing around serving Bantus, okay?
Better than the Black South Africans and Black people in general from anywhere. They've been taught that they're superior and Black people should bow down to them. But no, forget about it. We're not buying what you're selling, Tyla. We're not putting you up on a pedestal, so the label might as well wrap it up. They want us to accept her.
The label might as well wrap it up. My white massa who helps me and pays me. White massa, wrap it up. Nah, we're going to full-fledged endorse her now. Shit. I love and endorse and support Tyla more than ever before because you uppity fucking savages dared to critique this proud mixed woman. I'm a fan for life now. The only exception is if she flips and she starts to really cave in and identify with the former slave, then that's kind of going to be a deal breaker. It's like, okay, once they spit you, they chew you up and spit you out. And it's like, okay, you kind of asked for it. You identified with them, you asked for it. So hopefully she doesn't do that. She kind of started to, she retracted one of her statements prior. A while ago, she tried to say, well, she's still black. In America, I'm black, but in South Africa, I'm colored, blah, blah, blah. Look, it's not good enough for them. It's not good enough. Like, you can play games, Tyla. She's a young lady, okay? 23, but they want to defeat you and conquer you and humble you. And the best, like I said, I shared earlier, this one right here. Someone like this is very typical. This is a prototype, typical biracial baby mama hood rat in the United States. They already got her conquered. See, they got her talking their language, talking about colorism, the caste system, shit. Like they already got them conquered. Now, for her, like I said, the thing is with them, their meal for black acceptance is to have a bastard kid by a dark skinned guy. They're gonna have mostly black kids, right? That's how they get reabsorbed into the black community. So they already got these people. They're plentiful. They're across the country from New York to San Diego, everywhere in between. These type of people, this lady you see on the screen, they're plentiful, right? So they already have these people. I don't, not all of the ladies, okay? No disrespect, but I'm just saying, like, if they talk like that, talk like they're black, and and they're talking this colorism, social justice warrior shit, and they suck off Bantus, like they're not proud to be mixed. They're like, well, I'm mixed, but so what? I'm black in this society. I'm black, like, and they pull that shit. They identify as black, and these are the same people who are going to say race is a social construct, right? But they're going to be the first ones to talk shit about you as a man for being light skinned. They'll push all the stereotypes about biracial men, light skin. That's the funny thing I found interesting. All these little colorism activists and pro-black and all these idiots, like, they're the first ones to talk shit about a man and his skin tone. It's like, ain't that a bitch? I thought you were like against colorism. I thought you were against caste system and clone, but they have a privileged position in the community, the biracial baby mama, right? So they want to try to turn Tyla into that. And I'm laughing because it's like, well, you guys already have a bunch of numbers. You have these fucking idiots and these hood rats out here already anyways. Like, why do you want to turn, this is a young promising woman from South Africa, why do you want to ruin her? Because these Bantus are savages. They can't just let her be in a civilized society. Let her make her music, let her dance, make her music, leave her alone. And you guys don't want to leave her alone. You want to humble her. So I got to come up in here and check your ass. That's what I'm doing.
On a pedestal, so the label might as well wrap it up. They want us to accept her like Rihanna or Beyonce or somebody. No, Tyla is not Beyonce, and she's not Rihanna either.
Fuck Beyonce and fuck Rihanna. Fuck both of them. I don't respect neither of them. Not fans of them either. Okay.
Could never. Beyonce didn't come in the game disrespecting the audience. And Rihanna
disrespecting the audience. I'm done with this ghetto fucking savage. I'm done listening to her ghetto ass accent. I'm over it. We're already 3 hours into this. So shout out to Elroy Swartz. He put, Tyla seems to me like someone who is proud to be colored. She's in Brazil at the moment, enjoys spending time with mixed people. Yeah, in Brazil, man. I love Brazil. I was in Brazil several months ago. I'm going to go back pretty soon, actually. And I love Brazil. It's such a good vibe and just the most beautiful people on the planet, man. You're going to find. I don't think Tyla will ever flip and turn her back on her people. I hope not. I hope not. And then we got, even if Tyla turned around and decided to abide by the black community, they still won't accept her. Yeah, she needs to stand her ground. Yeah, it doesn't, with Tyla in her situation, she already made a mark. So they're going to mock her for eternity. If she went back and like begged them for acceptance, it's going to be the massive L. They want to conquer mixed people. And that's what they did with this rapper I talked about earlier on the stream with J. Cole. During the Drake beef, the whole Drake and Kendrick beef, right? J. Cole did a diss track, but then he like retracted it and deleted it. And he apologized for it, like the bitch that he is. And it's sad to say that because I like J. Cole, but that's what it is. Like, they have these mixed people who apologize and want acceptance from blacks. And it's like, they're never going to be number one. They're never going to be great. That's why I said with J. Cole, like, he'll never be number one and never be great. People talk about his lyricist. Yeah, he's a solid lyricist. You listen to that song, was it a first person shooter? His lyrical flows are way better than Drake. Drake is more kind of monotone, and like some of his tracks are basic. He has some good rhymes and shit, and a lot of his music, but J. Cole outdid him on that. Like J. Cole's good. I respect him as a lyricist, but he'll never be great just for the mere fact that he's a punk to Bantus. And the Bantus like it that way. They don't want him to be great. And that's what Drake talks about in his song. That they don't want him to be in the light. Right? He says something about they don't want Jermaine to be in the light. Yeah. Yeah, Drake already peeped game. Yeah. And they humble these mixed people who apologize for being mixed and just cowardly and shit. And the Bantus will never respect you. They'll never respect you on that. Their whole goal is to conquer you. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna read a couple comments, get the hell up out of here. 3 hours into this, so I think I'm pretty good. I can't get to your comments. Like every stream, there's some streams where I'll check out your guys' comments, but like for a night like tonight, there's too much stuff I had going on talking about the video clips that I had. So I apologize. I can't get to all your guys' comments. I see you guys in the chat. I can go back and watch the stream and analyze your comments if they're still there, and pay your guys' respect and shit. I respect you guys, Val, Bunny Strange, Iberian Mulatto, of course, and all the coloreds who showed out in the chat, Elroy Swartz, and all you guys, the colored people in the chat, South African people. I respect you guys. Shout out to you guys for being here. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to read all. I'm going to basically get out of here right now. You put the song Mr. Media is literally a diss song from Tyla towards her haters. Yeah, that's her new track. I see a lot of mulattoes actually playing that on their like Instagram reels and stuff like that, kind of showing respect to Tyla. So that's cool. I like that. Cool, guys. I'm going to head out of here. Love you guys. Hit the like button, share the stream. I hope this was worth something. I hope I pissed off some people. That's kind of my intention, is to inspire, motivate, but also like irk people's souls. I do want to piss off some people. I want to transmit my energy and let people feel the same type of frustration I feel at times, in a good, positive way that encourages action. Because you just heard Pink Book Lessons. I can go to her channel real quick again. I'm not going to play her little stupid ghetto voice because that's annoying, Mulatto Vanguard, I don't like your voice. Cool. Well, that's cool. You're still listening to me. So what? Let me show you her subscriber count, just so you guys have an idea. Look at this. She's got 493,000 subscribers, bro. And that video I just covered is 66,000 views. 500,000 subscribers. And she boldly is calling you mutts, slurring mixed people, right? And if we were to jump up and make a video and talk about these Kafirs, these niggers, they would cry and whine for the next 500 years. But the Anglos allow them, give them a platform to jump up and make videos to slur and slander mixed people. None of the mixed people say anything about it. So I have to be the bad guy to challenge and critique this. Very sad and pathetic. But this is where we're at today. Okay. I hope this message has been informative. Do what you want with it. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace out.